I need to remember to unmute. Hello, everyone. I have it a little brighter tonight because the red behind me was a little dark, so if you're noticing a little bit more glare over here, I apologize. I forgot to powder my noggin. Anyway, I hope you all have a good day. Hope everything's going well. Don't forget to Chupa Libre. Now, before I really get into it, I have a few comments to make about what people... So, what I just saw, this kind of threw me off of my rhythm. What I just saw tonight, like just a few minutes ago, right before I was streaming, was that Valve increased the price of the Steam Deck. And everybody's saying, well, this means that, hey, what's up? How you doing, Andy? But Valve just increased the price of the Steam Deck. Honestly, a capping out at about $1,000 really doesn't shock me. You finish your 2 uploads? Nice. It's one with the chip shortages and everything that's going on. I mean, they've been alluding to this since COVID. Let's be honest. They have been pushing this narrative that, you know, oh, chip shortage this, chip shortage that. But nobody's actually moving to actually increase the use, you know, the quantity. Nobody's even trying. And the few that have, it failed miserably. Well, I shouldn't say failed. It was all basically a shell game. If I remember right, Biden had negotiated... What you eating? Biden had negotiated with the peaches. Ooh, peaches are good. I'm not a big fan of peaches, I should say. You know, let me... I know people like peaches. Great. I find them too sickly sweet for me. I'm just being honest with that one. But, and I can't stand the glare. You're going to have to deal with me being darker. That is just too bright for me. I like this more mellow light. I tried, guys. I tried, but I am a mellow light guy. Anyway. Well, it sounds like a vitamin C, or your deficiency is in, see, oranges and peaches. I think they only really cross over in vitamin C, and dietary fiber. So, either way, you know, as long as you don't overdo it and make yourself sick, you're fine. But, you know, if I made peaches and... Well, okay, yeah, but I was trying to think of the crossover in the vitamins, and they don't really have a whole lot of crossover. Oh, 1 orange a day, that ain't gonna kill you. I mean, even if it's 1 orange and 1 peach a day. You're talking to a guy that used to drink a gallon of orange juice a day to make himself sick. That and grape juice. I would do the same thing with grape juice. But anyway, I think people have forgotten that video games used to be a luxury. Like, most people don't remember when video gaming first started in arcades. It was expensive. Like, that was something that people did that had disposable income. We're not talking like kids off the street. We're talking 20-somethings with a job or in college with some disposable income used to go to arcades. You know, and that worked well. So well, in fact, that it spawned the console industry. Which, I mean, the equivalent... I mean, the original Ataris were super expensive, comparatively. I think even, like, when they first started coming out, they were like $300. So when you put that in today's money, you know, from early 80s to now, I mean, almost 50 years, that's almost like $3,000, $4,000. And you still had to buy the game. Right? But yeah, I mean, that's the point, is that people forget how expensive gaming used to be. And welcome in, Infinite. And one game you play the one game again and again and again. That's why you like Pokemon. See, I don't have a problem with people replaying the same game. How I do it. Yeah, it's still expensive. I mean, and I'm not trying to shame people that don't have the money. I'm not trying to say that, oh, you know, just save up and make the money. It's like, no, these were luxury items. Not every house had a console system. I mean, me and my friends, we literally made a pact that whichever one of us got the first new next generation system, which at the time was either the Super Nintendo or the Genesis, the others would get the other ones we were missing, so we all could have a chance to play on them. I didn't know very many people that had multiple consoles. Yeah, because these things were luxury items. I mean, these were a big ask for child me to ask for a Super Nintendo for my birthday. You know, and this is after they've been out for a little bit. And now we have, you know, game consoles going up in price. And people are flipping their minds out saying, oh, it's not fair. You know, they're just greedy. And it's like, no, we had a good golden age. I'm sorry. You know, I hate to side with the companies here. I really do. You know me. But let's be honest with ourselves. They're just catching back up in price. Oh, anytime, dude. I am more than open. Okay. I mean, I have a whole talking point over here that I wanted to go on, but I mean, I prefer to have a little bit better idea of what we were talking about, but I can wing it. Just saying. Well, you know how to knock. What? Why is it doing this way? Give me a second. I don't know why I did it that way. That was stupid. I just sent you an invite. Like I said, I have no idea why I just did what it did. Because I'm serious, I have no problem. Because I clicked on the acceptance, but it told me, like, no, we can't do it this way. Then why do you have it? Hello? Now try that again. I forgot to...
Hello?
There you go. Welcome in, Simply.
I can't hear you through my thing, though.
Give me a second. Why can't you hear me through yours? My mic is on. Oh. Can you hear me now?
It just...
It just what?
On the whole stream.
Was it because my audio was muted? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you through stream, just not through this Twitch thing. It just says your microphone's muted.
But my mic is not muted. Can you hear me now?
Do I have you? Oh,
So, did you mute me?
I think I had you turned down because every time we did this, it would blast my eardrums.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry for working stream off.
No, that's fine. That's fine. No, and I'm just talking, video, initially it's just video games.
Well, I mean, we could just go along with whatever you were doing, and I could just add my 2 cents and help it along.
Okay.
That's
So you're
want
saying
to
I
do,
need
right?
help now to talk by myself?
Yes.
Saying I can't do
need
it.
me.
All right, I'll give you that. Well, I mean, the simple fact is that video games have always been a luxury. We had a golden age in the late 90s to the early 2015, well, basically till 2020, where video games were not as a luxury, they were just your normal entertainment. Now video games are catching up to their original prices. I'm not saying this is a good thing. Please understand. I'm just saying it's really not surprising. What's more surprising is that they've stayed stable for so long.
Yeah, and it's wild what you can still get for a small amount of money. People are starting to realize that paying $70 or $60 to $70 for a game is not worth it anymore.
Well, there are games that are totally worth it.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying all of them are.
But
like
a lot of the
every
AAA
game that
studios are
comes
garbage.
out, yeah, every game that comes out, it's $60 to $70, sometimes $80 for deluxe editions, sometimes $100 for vault editions or whatever you want to call them.
So my wife bought me Civ 7 for my birthday or something, like, basically pre-ordered it. She got me like the super deluxe $120 version or something like that. And I hate the game. I love Civ 6. I love this. I've loved the Civilization series. Civ 7 sucks. They changed the whole format. They did this big update, like, oh, now you can take your person, through all the different ages, and it still sucks because they changed it too much.
Yeah.
And it sucks. I'm going to be honest.
I think the biggest what's the wording? I think the biggest I can't think of it. Oh my god. It's gonna kill me.
Well, that's fine.
Biggest example. I think the biggest example of why people are realizing, especially like with just a specific game, what people are realizing is it's no longer worth it for higher prices for certain games, is that Subnautica 2, it's very good. It's a very good early access. You've played it.
Yep.
Me and Shiloh have beaten it. It's fantastic.
I'm really close.
It's only $30.
Right. It's
And
totally worth the price.
Chances are, like, people are like, oh, it's probably going to go up after early access. No, it never did. The original Subnautica was $30 to get in. Below Zero was $30 to get in, and it never changed its price. It's still $30 today.
Yeah, Andy, Subnautica 2 is only $30.
Yeah, and if it did jump up to $60, I would still get it.
My only problem is with Subnautica 2. I love the game. I have no problem. I love sticking it to Crafton. Let those guys eat their friggin' stupid deal that they obviously planned, that they were just going to fire everybody before they had to pay out. What's up, Jade? We have a guest star. It's Jay. I was going to say Jade. It's Jay, or also simply Beardman, but I was talking to Jade, so I tried to fuck it up. And we're just talking video games at the moment.
Excuse me, can I speak to your manager?
Excuse me, can I speak to your manager? Man, I miss my voice changer. Anyway.
Bring it back.
What?
Bring it back.
It doesn't work on Linux.
Oh.
I'd have to use it through Wine, and I don't know how to use Wine.
Drink it.
I know how to use that Wine, but it's a Windows
bad joke,
emulation thing. But anyway, my only issue with Subnautica 2 is the streaming part of it and how there's a lot of wiggle room in their user license agreement. You know, I don't really care. You know, like people are like freaking out. It's like, oh, they can get into your computer. It's like, yeah, every game has an end user license agreement for error reporting.
Yeah.
Like most of these things that people are complaining about, I have no problem with because every game has
key
it.
Logging.
Huh?
They're acting like it's key logging and it's stealing your credit cards and.
No, what I have a problem with is that if I'm streaming, I'm supposed to put out this disclaimer that my views don't reflect the game. Plus, this is an early access game, so it may not be the final product. Blah blah blah. It's like they threw every legal loophole in the book at it.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if a lot of that is crafted.
Well, of course it's crafted. Lost Horizons. The developer, I mean.
Unknown Worlds.
Unknown Worlds never did that with their earlier games.
No, and I feel like Unknown Worlds are doing everything they can to make it as good of an experience for their fan base as they can, with also having to deal with the fact that Krafton is always going to be on the sidelines there, like shoehorning some bullshit to like throw off their sales.
Well, they're going to try, which is why I think what has that end user license agreement going on.
Yeah. And the fact that they still only made it $30
right.
is interesting because obviously they don't have any say in how much the pricing is going to be because they lost that during the
right.
They lost pretty much anything that had to do with publishing and everything during the lawsuit. But the fact that it's $30, it's still projecting proper sales for this $250 million payout, and it's not even full price, and it's not even finished.
Right.
I think, but that's my point, is that you can get experiences like that for less than $60 and $70, and it's not the norm anymore, and it shouldn't be.
Well, and see, that's the problem. I mean, see, this is actually kind of segues into what I was originally going to talk about tonight anyway, which is just the way media has been going. You know, I mean, people don't realize that this is something we've been doing to ourselves for at least a generation. And you're right, Andy. Make it $30 more, and people are willing to buy it because it's affordable. Or sorry, make it $30 and more people are willing to buy it. Like it's great marketing tactic. What, they crush their sales goal within the first 2 days?
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
I think it would be interesting, and I wouldn't blame them if when early access finished they made it 60. Because I think it's already worth 30. And if they did decide to make it 60, people would have an issue with it.
If I was unknown,
I wouldn't personally.
If I was unknown, I would not just do the like full game, but I'd have another team working on DLC or an extension, something, so that when you drop the new game, you raise it like $10-$20 for
I think
the
50.
new game. Like if you make it up to 50 for when it's in full access, that's fine. But have another $10 DLC over here that adds a little bit more to the game.
Yeah, I see them doing that. I can see Subnautica 2 being the final sequel,
Right.
but expanding on it.
Well, I have a feeling that these people that are complaining are just looking for reasons to complain.
Yeah, they are. And I don't think they were ever truly real fans of the original games, because a lot of the stuff they complain about is stuff that wasn't even in the original games, and Unknown Worlds has always been against it. Like the thing with killing the fish. If you were truly a fan of Unknown Worlds and you knew the history of the CEO, when he was making Natural Selection 2, he started working on something called Swimming Game, and that was what Subnautica became. And he was originally going to incorporate the stuff, because Subnautica and Unknown Natural Selection take place in the same universe. They were going to add a bunch of a lot of the stuff like lasers and guns and all this stuff, but then Sandy Hook happened.
Right.
And he decided he wanted to go away from all this violent stuff. Yeah. And so the only thing you can use is a knife. And that's just really to survive food-wise and get the things you need. You can kill big things, sure, but he said specifically in a documentary, you don't get satisfaction from killing a Reaper Leviathan. It just spins upside down and floats. There's no noise, there's no satisfaction, you don't get anything. And like that's always been how it is. And now he's like, well, we want you to coexist with these things.
Right. Learn that they have their territory.
Kill this. Yeah. It doesn't make any sense for our weapons to be able to kill something. Like the whole thing when we get into the beginning of the game is that the pressure is immense and the human body can't handle it. That means that the things that are on this planet already have a high amount of pressure resistance. So why would our tools
have any
made by humans have any effect on them?
Right. And by the way, Andy, absolutely correct. Where you could see the ads, you could plan where it was. It was like old school TV. You could literally, you had a good idea of when the ads were. It's why I plan my ads once an hour, 3 to 5 minutes. It's when I get up and move around. It's when you guys can plan to get up and move around. You know roughly about where I'm going to do it.
Yeah, I miss when there's that little yellow dot, and you can tell where the ads were.
Well, I miss when YouTube didn't try to cram, hello amount of ads.
Yeah, and into like 2 minutes, you have like 10 ads.
Well,
and
that's
crazy.
But see, the other problem is that you guys really didn't grow up with classic TV. I mean, I think the only other person in chat is Jade, that's close to the same age as I am, when ads got really bad, ridiculous. Like,
yeah, I've always remembered commercials being terrible.
Well, yeah, but they actually dialed it back until what was it? It was a Super Bowl. Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. I'm not talking about like, oh, you guys don't know commercials. Like, no, everybody knew commercials. Sorry, I'm not trying to like out boomer you guys. What I mean is just where you'd have an hour-long program, but you only got a half hour of actual show. And you could tell that the show was patterned where the ads went. Like they had very definite points where the ad went. And then we had this, when you watch streaming, you notice that a lot of the older shows are getting pushed off to the side. Like the whole thing that built Netflix was the older shows. Mm-hmm. Netflix completely betrayed their core when they just gave up on all of the contracts they had.
Yeah, CW especially. Getting rid of Supernatural and Arrow and all of those shows.
Well, and I don't really think it was Netflix's fault so much as when the contracts were renewing, they literally wouldn't let them renew the contracts.
Yeah, it's true. CW went under.
Well, CW keeps going under. I remember when the CW was a UPN. which is where Jim Carrey got his start.
I think, as far back as I go, it was WB something.
Yeah. It used to be the United Paramount Network. UPN. A cup.
Good job.
Well, that's what we used to say. Me and my friends. It just, I was a teenager. What do you expect? Of course I'm going to have crass
Mine
humor.
was spell iCup.
Yeah, spell iCup.
Yeah.
ICUP. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what UPN stood for, was the United Paramount Network. It was the first Paramount Plus, only it was their broadcast channel. And they're the ones that used to have In Living Color, and they had a show, Family Matters, like,
Oh, I love it.
right? Like,
Good show.
and that's one of the things I don't understand about all of this modern audience bullshit. Like, because I don't know about you guys. When I was growing up, it didn't matter the color or the gender of the person. If they were my hero,
No, you just watched it.
I identified with Ripley in Aliens. Not because I'm secretly a woman, but because she was the hero. I always wanted to be the hero, of course. I mean, that's what I grew up with. You always want to be the hero. It didn't matter who it
Not
was.
Spike TV.
When was Paramount Spike? Spike was always a Fox knockoff. Wasn't it? Wasn't Spike a Fox knockoff?
Did Spike turn into Paramount?
No, I thought Spike turned into FX.
Did Spike turn into FX? I thought I remember Spike and FX coinciding for a little bit.
Oh, did they?
I thought that, yeah, because FX was like the HBO of like basic cable.
Okay, that might be
you
entirely
wanted-
possible.
Yeah,
there's
FX
a
had
chunk
like
of
the
TV
really
I
good
missed.
shows.
Sorry, I talked over you. What?
No, you're good. FX had like the really good shows, so it felt like it was like the HBO of like basic cable. You didn't have to pay for more.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
There's a whole huge chunk between the early 2000s to just before the 2010s started. I missed because I was on ship.
Oh, there you go.
So there, I might be like confused because I remember FX. I remember the Man Show on Spike TV, which is so hilarious that those guys now are absolutely different than what they were back then.
The only show I remember from Spike was 1,000 Ways to Die.
Spike used to have the Man Show, which is where Joe Rogan, Adam Carolla, and one other Doofenshmirtz started. I can't remember the other guy's name. But that's where they got their start. I mean, and this was Fear.net.
Yeah, that had fuck, what was it called? What did Joe Rogan? What was that show?
What, Joe Rogan? Fear Factor.
Fear Factor. Okay, I couldn't remember the name.
Yeah, that's what he transitioned to. And I mean, Joe Rogan's totally different now than he was back then.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not...
Didn't Spike also have Scare Tactics
Yeah.
with Tracy Morgan?
It was originally with Shannon Doherty before...
Was it?
Yes.
What? I don't remember that.
One of them did. I remember that everybody joked that she had to go from Charmed, where she was one of the three principals, to basically effed over game show. Nobody took Scare Tactics seriously initially until Tracy Morgan started it. Or not started it, but ended up taking it on.
She hosted the first season and part of the second season, and then handing it over to
It wasn't handed over.
Stephen Baldwin and Tracy Morgan.
Oh, that's right. Stephen Baldwin was there for a while. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
No, she was fired. She was absolutely fired. Same thing that happened with Charmed.
I also remember G4.
Oh,
G4 was
God.
my favorite channel.
Back in the
favorite
day,
channel.
yeah. Not their recent comeback. I couldn't stand the recent comeback.
No, you had American Ninja Warrior. You had X-Play. Oh my God, X-Play was my favorite thing. That's how I found out about new games. That's how I remember remembering, like, figuring out what Lost Planet was and getting obsessed with the Lost Planet games.
Well, I remember when, Cartoon Network started my love for anime. Back when I was like 93, 94, the Robot Circus or something they called it.
It's before my time.
Oh, yeah. Definitely before your time. I was 13, 14, dude.
The first time I watched anime was probably on Adult Swim. It was probably a Bleach or something.
Bleach was good. I liked the knockoff bootleg my buddy found. Or, see, it's weird because we were watching it legally, but it was with fan-made subtitles. Back in the day when we could still do that. And the big change to Bleach that really kind of threw me off was they changed because what do you know the main principles? They're known as the main characters of Bleach. Were they known as like Soul Reapers or Death Gods?
I don't remember.
Yeah, okay. Well, I remember it one way, and then it was translated a different way. Soul Reapers? Okay, so they were known as Death Gods, or Death something. Maybe not Death Gods, but Death Reapers, or... It made more sense in my head back then. So when I tried to watch the actual real stuff, because the people that were doing it got told to stop, and it wasn't translated by different people, because it was translated by the same guy every time. That's what made this so good, was because it was translated by the same guy or group every time. So the translations were consistent. It's one of the early FMV days that really pissed people off, is that you'd have like this whole long series and you'd have it translated one way, and then halfway through it's translated by a different person because somebody else got the job. Oh man, early days of anime was so much fun though.
I remember Cheat. That's what I remember watching. Besides X-Play and Attack of the Show, it was Cheat, where they would actually show you how to do cheat codes, and I would follow along with my cheat code books.
I remember when Game Genie used to host a section on, I think it was G4, but maybe not. Was way early.
I don't know. Let's see how old. So G4 started in 1998 with X-Play.
No, that wasn't that one then.
Yeah.
I think it was attached to Nintendo or Nintendo Power. It was one of the magazines. There's
also this thing called Tech TV that hosted G4, so could be something like that.
Dude, it's so long ago, it's lost media by now.
Yeah.
But I remember that there was a Game Genie segment. Because if you're not familiar, Game Genie used to be the way you cheated.
Yeah.
It was basically your console commands.
And then it turned into something else.
Yeah, it was weird. It tried to do something else.
There was like I remember plugging it into my Game Boy, and I don't remember what it was called. Something Pack.
The Genie Pack or Game Pack. I know what you're talking about.
What the hell was it called? Modern Game Genie for Game Boy. It wouldn't be modern, obviously. It's older. Oh my god, why can't I remember what this is? I remember putting it into my Game Boy and my DS, and I can't remember what the hell it was called. Cheat cartridge Game Boy. What the fuck was it called?
Never had
Game Shark.
Oh, the Game Shark, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was the Game Shark and the Game Genie. They were competitors.
Yeah, I was losing my fucking mind.
No problem. I do it all the time.
Like, oh my god, I'm like, I had this thing, I don't remember what it was called.
Been there, done that. You're a big cinephile, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I have a question for you.
I think so. Okay.
So, how do you feel about mid-tier projects being gone the way of the dodo?
What do you mean?
Well, like in movies, mid-tier projects used to be the risk.
So, like, you mean something that wasn't really good, but they pushed it?
No. What I mean by mid-tier projects is, so a director just got done doing this brilliant movie, and now he has an experimental movie that he wants to do. Like, okay, here's a good example. The Crow. Crow is a beautiful movie. It was done well. It was a blockbuster hit, sleeper hit. So the director, his next movie is Dark City. Super experimental movie, which I still love to this day. I think everybody needs to watch it. It's a trap. I'm not trapping him. Like, he's a cinephile. What I was going to talk tonight about, if you see the title of tonight's video, is literally what's going on with media.
Right. And I consume thousands of hours of media a week. So
Right. And I
best
mean,
person to ask is
right. So basically, right now we have two different kinds of movies that are done. You have the $200 million plus budget mega franchises, or micro budget, quote unquote, indies, which take like Godzilla Minus One, which isn't technically an indie because it was backed by Toho, but but the weird middle ground, like Dark City, like some of the classic Disney movies that people don't realize were middle budget throwaway movies, like Flight of the Navigator, Daryl, which some make it big, some fail miserably, like Daryl. But Flight of the Navigator was a good live-action Disney movie.
I think we have to adjust our expectations of what what an experimental movie is considered as, because yes,
of course
it
you would,
used to
Jade.
be what Jade. Sorry.
Yeah, Jade, not Jay. Sorry.
I thought you said Jay. Sorry. I think you have the big budget movies, you have the indie movies, and it used to be there was this middle ground where they would spend a moderate budget on trying to figure out if this thing worked, or if it just threw caution to the wind.
Sorry, I was just gonna pick up the cat and throw her off, but she ran away.
But now I think the indie films is where you have to look for the experimental. It's no longer seeing Christopher Nolan or Steven Spielberg or some big director doing it. It's someone that's no one has heard of is doing it. You have Obsession with Curry Barker. Someone just randomly gave this film school kid with a bunch of short films, not even $1 million budget. It was like under $1 million.
Yeah.
And made, from what I've heard, one of the best horror movies in the last like 4 or 5 years, which is not saying much because there hasn't really been many good horror movies, but
Right.
But apparently it's fantastic, and then you have Kane Pixels doing the
Backrooms.
Backrooms. You have Markiplier doing Iron Lunging. Yes, he's $1 million YouTuber, but he funded this with his own money. It could not work. Like, it's experimental. I think you have to adjust your expectations nowadays for it used to be the people you look up to trying something new, but now it's the people you've never heard of going against what everybody's expecting to try to do something experimental, and it's working.
And the big budget directors who are doing experimental films are boning it, like Metropolis.
Yeah.
As beautiful as that movie looked, just even watching the trailers, I knew it was a shit show. The trailers were all over the place.
How was it called? It had Pedro Pascal in it, which I'm not like.
That doesn't narrow down.
he was in it last year, and was it Pedro Pascal? Eddington. Eddington takes place in between the COVID-19 pandemic, about a mayor and a city head going against each other to try to figure out what's best for the town during the COVID-19 pandemic.
Oh, that sounds
and
interesting.
It shouldn't work. It should be a boring fucking movie, but it's not. And it has big budget actors in it.
What is the one where it all takes place in one room? It had a bunch of movie stars in it, and it's like all. I think it was one of Orson Welles' last ones, maybe, or it was based off of an Orson Welles, and they redid it.
What's the context of the movie?
I think it's a bunch of bank guys in a room. Oh man, it's been so long since I thought about it. See, I don't have anybody to talk film over, so that's like really got rusty for me now. What's it called? The Boiler Room?
Margin Call?
Margin Call, that sounds right. Where it's basically all shot.
Office floors, investment bankers, executives trapped in a corporate boardroom over a tense 24-hour period during the start of the 2008 financial crisis.
No, wrong one. This was back in the 70s.
Oh, never mind. This is 2011.
Although that sounds very similar to the one I'm thinking of, but still.
Sounds interesting, too.
Well, yeah, and see, that's what I mean by mid-budget, you know. Well, like, most of your romantic comedies are mid-budget. How many romantic comedies have come out? Right. You know, and
new romantic.
When was the last new one? 24?
Oh, you have Eternity. I didn't like that one.
I've never even heard of it.
It's Elizabeth Olsen, Miles Teller, and Callum Turner, and it's like the afterlife. And she.
Oh, I do remember that one. I have heard of that one.
Yeah.
And it was basically a replay on an old movie I used to watch, or a movie I watched called like Made in Heaven. Like, basically, it was the same premise.
If you don't want to hear spoilers, I would turn away now.
Go ahead. Yeah.
I'm not going to try to spoil it too much. But the premise of the movie, I guess it's not really a spoiler. The premise of the movie is Elizabeth Olsen. So Miles Teller dies first. He gets to eternity, and eternity is essentially heaven, but not really. There's no hell, there's no heaven, it's eternity. You get to then pick where you want to go, and it's all these like randomly generated eternities where you spend eternity there.
And basically, he'd been prepping his life for when she died.
Well, okay, yeah, so he gets there, he spends about a week there, and he doesn't know how long she's gonna take. So he's just about to go into an eternity, and then she shows up, and he was planning on like taking her to one of these random ones, and then all of a sudden, her first husband that died like a month after they got married back in like the 1940s has been waiting in the lobby of eternity for 70 years for her, and she completely throws her entire marriage out the window for this guy. It makes absolutely no sense to me, and I fucking hate that it's even a question of who she should be with, because it's like, oh, it's her first love who she hasn't seen in 70 years, or the man she spent the rest of her life with. Either you don't do that, or you stay with the guy, because that's fucked up. If you have to choose, I would just be like, oh, you have to choose? I'm fucking out of here.
Right. If you have to choose, I'm going to spend my eternity somewhere else. Maybe find someone else.
Yeah, like that. It just makes no sense to me that she hasn't seen him for that long, and yes, he's been waiting. But like, okay, fine, go fuck him, whatever.
Well, yeah, that's the thing is like if I'm in a relationship and that person sits there or I want to be in a relation with someone who's like, oh, but it's hard to choose between you and this person. Well, I'll make your choice for you. See ya.
Yeah, no, like
if you have
I
to
watched
choose,
it the whole time. I'm like, this is
time.
not believable to me.
No, it's not.
And I understand, yeah, it's fucking eternity, so like there's a sense of not believing it, but like
right.
It just rubbed me the wrong way the whole time. I'm like, you're supposed to be like, oh, who is she gonna choose? Well, I'm sitting there like,
Why?
This woman sucks.
Well, and speaking of Elizabeth Olsen, we'll go to my next bullet point over here. Because you also mentioned Pedro Pascal. The Rolodex casting effect. Like, there is such a
who we picked
small
for this
part, small pool of actors that they're going off of. Like, this bugs the shit out of me.
Yeah, I think it's why I'm sticking more towards
Thank you for clearing that
movies
up.
I've never heard of. You know what? There was Sinners was really like, it shouldn't have happened the way it happened. Like, this guy was given Black Panther and Creed, and then he was given his own thing. And he just made it. And then you have Michael B. Jordan and Haley Steinfeld and like all these great actors, and someone no one's ever heard of singing the main song, and he's the main character. And like the soundtrack is amazing, and the story is original, and like it technically, to me, that movie is very experimental with who they decided to make the main point about, and the fact that it's vampires, but it really isn't about vampires at all.
Oh God, no! It's about culture and continuity.
Yeah, but it's not a vampire movie. It's a movie about black culture, and it also just happens to have vampires.
Oh, you missed a whole nother part of that culture, which a lot of people absolutely misunderstood. So,
I love the movie.
Right. Okay. So, who's the villain vampire? Irish guy, right?
I don't remember. Remick. Yeah.
Yeah. Remick is a Irish guy. So, without the Irish and the African cultures fusing into what becomes modern music, you wouldn't have had the blues. You wouldn't have had jazz. It would have been very similar. Don't get me wrong. But the Irish folk music and African folk music, the two cultures when they fused in the New World, because a lot of people forget, Irish were the first slaves in the New World. Sorry to say that. But they were. Not only that, they were basically genocided out of Europe with the potato famine, but we're not going to get into history. I'm just trying to get into the point here.
What, the potato famine?
You have no idea how actually bad that was in Irish history.
I read about it. I know about it. It's just the way it sounds. Not the potato famine!
Well, we've danced around that subject for so long, people forget it exists in the way it existed. That the Irish actually had farms, that they were growing food that they could not eat. They were only allowed to eat potatoes. So when the famine came through, it was killing them. They weren't allowed to eat the rest. And if they did eat to keep their family fed, guess what? They were shipped off to the New World as indentured servants. I mean, Mary Riley. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is just that it was the fusion of the African culture, the beats, the tribal thrumming beats, when combined with the woodwind instruments that the Irish brought, which brought about modern jazz of the clarinet, the trumpet, these high tin whistles that were used, the guitar, which was also very much a African instrument adopted. Same thing with, the Irish had stringed instruments, and you get that fusion of all of this culture into one pure culture of jazz. Yeah. That's why so many of the early black musicians had Irish names. Irish or English names, because they intermarried so much. Because they were both subjugated people in one manner or another. Sure, the African Americans had it worse than the Irish, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say that the Irish had it easier, or not easier, worse. Definitely African Americans who were just considered property rather than just indentured servants like the Irish had.
Yeah.
But all I was trying to talk about was how we only trust 15, 20 bankable actors And they're constantly being stuffed in every project. It's why I got so tired of 6. Why I got so tired of Pedro Pascal. Y'all want a son?
Yeah.
Give me a number between 1 and 12. Shibid song.
I used to like Pedro Pascal. Now every time I see something he's in,
I'm tired.
I don't want to watch it. The only thing I think I was like okay was Fantastic Four because I actually enjoyed it, but I think I remove him entirely from it. Like I just see him as Reed Richards and not Pedro Pascal, and I just tried so hard to get to that point because I like it so much, and I'm just like, well, I'm not gonna let the fact that he's in fucking everything ruin the fact that I love this.
Right. No, and I totally understand that. I'm just saying that's a Hollywood problem.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole fact that they're shoehorning actors into very tight projects. Look at Odyssey. Why the hell is Matt Damon Odysseus?
I don't know.
Like, everybody's
That
talking
movie-
about all the other actors, you know, Elliot Page, what's her name? Naputa Lagon?
I don't know.
The lady that's
There's so
playing
many
Helena
people.
Troy.
I actually haven't looked at the cast list in a while.
I just know a lot of people are complaining, and I'm just looking over here at Matt Damon going, that's supposed to be Odysseus?
Have you seen Dune? That cast is just everybody who's is a buzzword in Hollywood.
Which is why I haven't seen Dune, because
I haven't seen Dune either.
I'm just like, why would I want to watch it? Like,
You have Timothy Chalamet. You have
You mean Tom
Jason
Cruise?
Momoa. You have.
I'm sorry, does
Tom
anybody else not notice that Timothy Chalamet looks like Tom Cruise from Risky Business? Like, they're identical. Like, you go back in time, you take Tom Cruise at 20, Timothy Chalamet, put them together, it's the same freaking dude. Counting Stars, I love that song.
Good song.
I love One Republic.
Ryan Tedder, very underrated.
Well, see, there's names I don't even know. I used to know a lot of actors' names.
Well, Ryan
I
Tedder
don't
is
anymore.
the lead singer. That's why I was saying that.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks like Tom's well, actually, he could be Tom's son for all we know. But that's kind of the point. I mean, plus, we're not taking risks. I mean, we're just we're exhuming and reskinning legacy brands. Master of the Universe is coming out here shortly. Star Wars, Marvel, which, like them or hate them, why are they still doing this when they're trying to put their own story to it without letting the original story breathe? Doctor Who, for Christ's sakes. Look at all the crap they did to it, regardless of whether you like it or not. It was
Doctor Who is probably gonna end soon. They've ruined it.
I don't like, what's his name? Ncuti Gatwa?
Ncuti Gatwa. He did so good, and
But the problem was
so
the writing
bad.
was ass. I don't even blame the actors anymore. I look at the writer's room and going, what are you guys thinking? Why are you guys making these guys do this? Well, like
his episodes. The only reason I watched him because he was so good at being the Doctor, but the writing gets to a point. They always did this thing in every fucking episode they had where they were gonna be like, oh, it's this thing, are you ready? Oh, you think it's something you saw before in 2006 with David Tennant? You ready? No, it's nothing you've heard before, and the reveal is kind of stupid.
Right.
That's every fucking episode with Ncuti Gatwa. He's a great Doctor, but then he gets shoehorned in these things where it's like, oh, it's this big reveal. Like, the big bad at the end of season 1 with him is like, it's supposed to be this thing, and you're like, oh my god, it's this thing, but you haven't heard of it since the 60s.
Okay.
So nobody alive is actually give us a shit about this.
Okay, I'm going to go take a quick fiver. My ad's about ready to run. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Oh, no problem. Like I said, I try to pattern my breaks 5 minutes before the hour. So we'll be back. I'm enjoying this. This is actually fun for me. I've been trying to find somebody to do like a podcast thing with, like doing this. I don't know if I want to call it a podcast, but just somebody to chat with. I love this.
Yeah.
So I'll be right back.
I was bored as shit.
Anytime, dude. But I'll be right back. And I'm back. Too loud?
No. Just so your voice is so velvet.
Velvet?
Just tickles my brain.
Well, I've also been told that my voice can hit like a physical punch.
Yeah, if you were really mad at me, I think I would cry.
It's not intentional. I just have a powerful voice. I don't ever mean to offend anybody. I just say what I'm thinking at the moment. And yeah, I'm willing to have... Andy, if you understood that I have literally left that door open for anybody that wants to. Just let me know.
It's just like, maybe I'll just joke about it and see if he'll want to. Because I'm bored as shit. I have nothing going on. I'm off tomorrow. I was supposed to see a movie today, and my friend just had a late night the night before, and it didn't work out.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, we're doing it Friday.
Okay.
It's just so I ended up not doing that, and that was going to take up like half my day because we were going in at 4, and I'll probably get home at like 7 or 8. So that was like,
No, perfect. Well, I know plenty of people, Infinite, that have been disappointed. Yes, it is our benefit. You know, yours canceled plans is our benefit. Totally agree, because I'm enjoying this.
I am also enjoying it.
But, you know, I've opened that door. I'm like, anybody wants to, just let me know.
Yeah, I think you mentioned it, and that's why I, like, a while back, and that's why I was just like, you know what? Screw it.
Yeah. I have no problem sharing the screen. I might have a little bit of a problem sometimes remembering to let the other person talk, though.
No, that's when sometimes, like, I just listen, and then I put, if I have something to say, I'll say it, but if I don't, I'm just going to listen.
Right. So the other thing that, you know, another bullet point, because this is all just surface level. I haven't even scratched I'm just scratching the surface at this point of talking about modern media and why does it all feel the same. Trust me, there's a deeper meaning here. So streaming, publishing platforms, they're optimized for your historical, what do I want to call it? Like they give you what they've given you before.
Yeah.
Basically, they prioritize, well, they tolerated X, so they'll accept Y. But they're not trying to give you something new. Yes, Marvel.
Marvel.
You know,
as big of a Marvel fan as I am, you know me, I'm a big MCU nerd. But that's exactly their philosophy. Hey, they dealt with Thor 2, and then we did Thor 3, and they were like, hey, maybe we could give them another one after Thor 3, and then Thor 4 came out, and they were like, why didn't they like that?
Right.
Because you took what we liked about Thor and stripped it down to just make him a fucking comedic weirdo.
Right.
Like, I want him to be the god of thunder, not some quippy, like, blonde...
He's not Deadpool, damn it.
No, he's not. He can be funny, but it's passively funny.
And
he's
even,
done it
to me, Deadpool's getting boring.
I really like Deadpool.
I like Deadpool. I like Deadpool 2. I like Deadpool and Wolverine. Do not get me wrong. But I think I've had enough.
I'm interested to see how they put him in. I'm very interested to see how they put him in the MCU.
Right.
Like, with other people.
Right. But because of this, we're not getting... Oh, my God, Pirates of the Caribbean. It just keeps going on and on. Because aren't they doing 2 more new projects afterwards?
Yeah, and I don't think it's going to have Johnny Depp in it either.
No, I don't think it's going to have Rachel Zegler in it anymore either. Because she was supposed to be like Johnny's kid, or sorry, Jack's kid. But
the first 3 were good.
But you know what I mean by algorithmic flattening.
Yeah.
You know, they're not giving you something new, different. Well, I'm just talking about all of it. Not just movies, but video games, TV shows.
COD is a prime example.
Yeah.
Of how
COD.
many of these can we do before not only is everybody bored, but we're also fucking bored.
Right. Well, not just COD, Battlefield, Halo got lame. Right. We're not seeing anything new because they're so risk averse. And now we have TikTok, Reels, YouTube Shorts, which are forcing a rapid context switching. You're jumping from, you're looking at a recipe to comedy skit to political message in under 2 minutes, but you're not absorbing any of it.
No, and you're also, it's reacting to constant stimuli, so that when it doesn't happen in a movie or a TV show or something like just a normal YouTube video, if it's not doing like the back and forth between funny and informational and just in your face, it's shit.
Yep.
It's terrible because it doesn't immediately, like the Mr. Beast effect over YouTube, where like if it's not immediately punching you in the face all the time.
Well,
it's
did you
not
hear
catching
his
your attention.
views have dropped in half?
Thank God.
So, to move on with this, we have the memory erosion phenomenon. Because of this hyper-accelerated switching, it's causing massive cognitive overload. Your brain never achieves the necessary pause that's meant to consolidate the information. Viewers are pulling an infinite scroll. They're spending hours doing nothing. Like, legitimately nothing.
Yeah.
It's not even entertaining. It's literally just...
I'm a victim of it too.
Right. And this is why I keep hammering on it. I know chat's probably tired of me telling you guys, but at some point you have to realize you have the power. You have the ability to just turn it off.
Yeah.
I sat here for most of the day. I wasn't watching videos. I wasn't listening to music. I was unplugged from everything, but I was writing today. I cannot tell you how... You do have the power. I cannot tell you how recharging that was to be able to sit down and write. I got like 3 scenes of something I've been trying to do forever done. Now, I'm sure it's probably crap and I'm going to have to go back through and refine it. But the idea is out there. It's on the page. Now I can refine it.
I feel the same way about unplugging and reading a book.
Yeah.
Like that's one of my favorite things lately, especially is just like I'll be on like I've actually gotten like like shit, but like my store manager
That's another good one, Andy.
If He-Man was Michael Jackson, he'd be He-Man.
Man.
Man. But I didn't get shit, but like everybody was on their phones in the break room, and I'm the only one reading Ready Player 2 on like a hardcover.
And that's one of the things that I also have a problem with, is that books now, before you can publish, I mean, look at, what is it, Dungeon Crawler Carl. How many books are out there? Like 15 now or something like that? I don't know. I don't. To get published, popular. You have to have something that is, I have this giant idea, and it's got to go through 15 books, and it's got to have merchandise tie-ins. It's got to have this, and it's got to have that. You can't just do it for its own sake anymore. It's got to build a franchise for them to even think about publishing you. And I think it's induced. Yeah. I think it's intentional. Basically the short form reliance trains our brain to be effortless, instant, and basically for 15-second dopamine rewards. We're literally reducing our ability for narrative fiction. Fiction, narrative friction. You can't
I'm slowly reverting.
Yeah. We can't do world building. We can't do slow burns. We can't do, make you wait for the payoff. You have to lay it out in the first 15 minutes of the movie so that people can get the dopamine hit for when they guessed right throughout the rest of the movie. That's literally what's happening is they lay everything out for you so you feel smart for the rest of the movie because you guessed it. Sorry.
No, you're good. The process for me trying to unplug more and more is going back to forms of media that aren't connected to anything.
Well, totally agree.
And it's helping me. I went back to books, like actually instead of reading books on my phone, I went to the library and I actually got books, and then my next plan is to actually get an MP3 player instead of having music on my phone, which I actually went back to just downloading music on my phone instead of streaming it. I no longer use Spotify.
Why did my camera die? Go ahead.
I don't know. And so I'm going to get like an iPod or an MP3 player and go back to that. No internet, just songs. And I'm also going to be trying to go into an emulator console So my bulk of my gaming is just on something that I can't surf the internet on.
No Zune.
No Zune. No, Zune was never gonna work.
I wish I had the money to do what I wanted to do way back in the day. So Sony used to have this 300 disc changer.
My fucking for a DVD player. Are you talking about that?
Well, I was going to do something like that. Yes.
My uncle had a fucking DVD player that had the ability to house hundreds of DVDs, and you could program it to be every one would be something else, and you could be like, oh, if it's 60, it's Back to the Future.
Yes.
I'm gonna type 60, and it's gonna insert the disc.
Now, what I was going to do with this is I was going to house that 300 disc changer in a fake old school Rockola jukebox.
Ooh.
That was going to be attached to a giant screen TV. So it was movies,
really cool.
and I was going to have a second 300 disc player in there that was just music.
That's dope.
Right. And I kind of want to go back to that, and if I could afford it, it was Sony, if I remember correctly. My uncle.
Yeah, no, it was a Sony DVD player. Like, that's the one my uncle had.
Yeah, not my uncle. It was my brother's father-in-law, which, I mean, he treated me like he was my uncle.
He spent so many hours of work trying to afford that thing because it was not cheap.
Well, back in the day, I took a Bernoulli disk drive, and we're talking mid 90s, by the way. I took a Bernoulli disk drive, which Bernoulli was Apple only, and it was one of the first things that basically had the equivalent of a gigabyte of information that you could save. So I moved a whole bunch of music onto a Bernoulli disk, and the Bernoulli disk drive was an external, and me and my buddies wired it into an early digital player. The mini disc player was the only one that had the codecs we needed to do what we wanted to do, which I still can't believe mini disc didn't take off. I really wish it had. I loved that. But
I'll have to buy the white album again.
But we wired it into that. So we had one of the first giant portable disc players. And because it was awesome. A mini disc player, we could wire it into the rack systems that were around at the time. Which, are you familiar with what a rack system is?
I would have to look it up.
Think a component boombox where you buy each component. It has its own equalizer, but each piece was its own little separate component that you wired together.
Yeah. I didn't know that's what it was called.
It's what we always called it. I don't know if that's actually the official name.
It probably is. My parents or like people around me probably had a certain name for it.
Right. And well, a lot of people just called it the hi-fi.
Yeah.
But we could plug it into the not the headphones, the auxiliary in on the equalizer. So we could play our digital library through our home component system.
That's dope.
Yeah, and we had, at the time, it was hours worth of music because it could store almost a gig. It was the way it stored it made it functionally a gig. But even better is if we had more, because it was a disk drive, we could pull out one disk and put in a different one. So
that's
cool. Yeah, it was just giant. Later on, I actually wired a USB, I think it was a Panasonic USB key style MP3 player into a old PETA hard drive.
Wow.
So it had this like giant, library. And I had to partition the drive so that the player would read it because it could only read up to so big. So I had like 17 different partitions of the drive.
Jesus Christ.
And I just had to switch it. Yeah, it was ridiculous. And I made them their own album, even though they were all the maximum size that the thing could read.
Jesus.
It worked. Took it to college every day.
The shit that nerds
you can't do that anymore.
To try to get shit to work for them consistently. Like, I remember so many things I used to do as a kid to try to get like a console. It's the same thing with like people smacking the shit out of their TVs.
Yep.
To try to get the tube to work. And we would do it and we would complain about it and then we would just sit there and watch the game. Like, it just, like, we would stop complaining about it as soon as it started working again.
Right? Oh, if you knew how many times. So, my buddy's rack system was the first one the first subwoofer we had ever been introduced to. And his Sega CD, yes, Sega CD, would occasionally, like, freeze and skip. Well, we had a track on a song keyed up to a certain point in the song that would hit a certain bass note that would fix the Sega CD sitting next to it.
That's really...
When it would freeze up, it would just like, boom. There we go. It's back.
That's so fucking funny.
Right? Like, I mean, just
wow.
I had a car that something had happened with the radio. And I had to pull out the radio, have a paper clip that I would use that I had folded just right to bridge two contacts to reset the radio so it would play again.
That's insane.
Right. I mean, but everything's so sealed now, you can't do that anymore.
No, and I was dealing with that when I was a kid and when I was growing up, too. There was shit you had to do to get stuff to work, and you would complain about it, and you would punch it, you would kick it. But as soon as it worked again, you were just like, okay.
Yeah, in my family, we started calling that percussive maintenance.
That's exactly what it was called.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we called it.
You just had to do a little percussive maintenance, no big deal.
Yeah.
And now if you try to do that to something, it's just going to die.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny because this leads to the next, topic, which is we're self-domesticating. Like all of this thing that we've been talking about, we used to have to build into things. We used to have to make things go on. We used to have to find ways to fix it.
It's making everything around us a creature comfort and making it acceptable.
Yes, give it a little MK finishing and it's golden. Yes.
Everything is now becoming a creature comfort, and it's no longer a creature comfort. It's just... it's like
when does prediction become control? If they predict everything, if you're so used to them predicting what you're going to do, that now you've trained yourself to rely on them. So that when they give you something that you probably wouldn't have thought you would have liked, you're just going to go with it. It's self-domestication because you're not fighting the algorithm. You're domesticating yourself to that so that you don't have to. It's the easy road, less friction.
Yeah, and there's really no avenues to go down to not do that because it's all like that.
Yeah, we're just locking ourselves in a cage.
Yeah.
We're feeding ourselves...
even if you notice it, it's impossible to get out of it because there's nowhere else to go.
Well, it's not that it's impossible to get out of it. You don't have to go anywhere else.
That's true.
You just have to learn to fight the algorithm. On YouTube, I occasionally will input weird search terms. just to find something different.
Can I bring up a point?
Yeah.
And this might just be me, but I've seen it on Twitter too. Are you one of those people that needs to watch something while you eat?
No.
I'm one of those people. That for some reason I've always been like this. I need to eat and watch something. And I wanted to bring this up because I wanted to see if anybody else in chat felt this way.
Oh,
but
there's tons of people.
I'm starting to find it nearly impossible to find something enjoyable to watch while I eat fast enough before I finish the fucking food. And it used to never be like this. I used to just put something on and I'd be like into it. But now if it's not specific for my brain, it's like I don't want to. Now I'm just scrolling and then I look down, my fucking burger's gone.
Well, yeah. See, and that's why I stopped. I grew up where we didn't eat at the dinner table. My parents ate at the couch. I ate at the coffee table. It was around the TV.
We always ate at the table.
And I can't stand it anymore. I can't stand the idea of sitting in, like, okay, if somebody's streaming, you know, I'll sit and eat in front of watching something.
If I'm into a stream already and like food comes or food is being done, I'm like, okay, I'm already in this.
Right. But most of the time, I will eat at my desk, but I'll turn on music. You know, I try to break that habit. Like if the wife's home, we generally eat at the table. We sit there and we eat at the table.
I found I don't like eating on Discord or calls. I don't like eating on stream either.
Right, I don't eat it on stream. I won't.
I will take a break and scarf food down before I eat on camera. It's weird. And people, when I used to do streams before, and like I would get stoned and get hungry, and they'd be like, well, just take a break and eat. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to eat on stream. And they're like, why? And I'm like, everybody else does it. I'm like, I don't
have to be like everybody else.
I like to be in my own world when I'm eating.
Yes.
Like, I like to feel like this is my time to enjoy my food. And I'm going to do that.
Which is why I turn off watching something. And I listen to music and I experience my food. Maybe that's why because I'm a fat guy. But I like experiencing my food. I went through the trouble of cooking that damn stuff. I am going to enjoy it. Like today, I cooked up a steak with a pile of vegetables and mushrooms.
Yummy.
You know, and I mean, it was a pile of onion, bell pepper, mushroom, and I threw my 3-pepper sauce on it. And I hate audiobooks. And I threw this garlic butter I made. And like I spend time to prep stuff off to the side because 1, it saves me so much more money. 2, I like my cooking.
I think I don't know. My brain just likes. I don't do it all the time. I eat in silence, and especially at work. Like I see people eating their lunch and they're on their phones. But honestly, like when I'm at work, I'm just eating. Like I just.
Well, you know that like every couple of weeks I get to see the wife, right? Like I don't.
Yeah.
I don't even eat on the phone when I'm talking with her, even though I get only a limited chance to talk with her. Like, I will wait till our conversation is over before I eat something before stream. Because I always have a snack before stream. And I'll generally have like another small snack afterwards. But I won't eat on stream. I don't even take a quick break. It's just, it's something, even when in my working time, I don't like eating at work. I never have. I will go hungry all day long working. And then after work, I'll go eat.
Yeah, I can't do that when I'm at work. I need to eat, or I have low blood sugar issues, so I need to eat.
I I understand that. I think this, but I will say, I am also hypoglycemic. I will get low blood sugar, but I think this is how I stopped that as a regular basis. Basically, I taught myself to release the
Dre,
the
motherfucker.
fat. I am.
I'm doing it.
I love my new cup.
What you got?
Oh, it's Iron Flask. Looks like a Stanley, but it's made with, it's Iron Flask.
Yeah.
So to give you an idea, this is my first one. Too high, but anyway, this is my first one. I've had it for about 10 years. And it's still strong.
I have a big 40-ounce pink Stanley.
Nice. See, that's
And
what
it
this
keeps
is.
my
It's a 40
water
ounce.
cold forever.
This is my half-gallon coffee cup.
Goddamn. Goddamn.
And
That's what I'm
this
talking about.
is my half-gallon of water. See,
Nice.
the warm-colored one is my warm drink. The cold-colored one is my cold drink.
It's actually really smart.
Well, it makes it easy to look, just out of the side of my eye, grab it, go.
And that's when you figure out you're colorblind, and then you grab. You're like,
wrong
oh, water, and you just drink chug boiling coffee. You're like, oh!
Nope, I don't. I chill my coffee. All of my coffee's iced.
I mean, iced coffee is awesome.
Yeah, I throw a whole ice cube tray in that thermos, and then I dump the pot in there because that's basically a pot of coffee, is what that holds. Yep.
It's gross. Jade.
Jade doesn't like cold coffee. I ice my coffee.
I can drink both, but iced coffee is awesome.
Well, I've even had cold brew coffee, and I like that too. I used to have
It depends on the cold brew.
I always made it myself.
Um,
I am of the age of this weird narrow window where I just prefer to do things myself. It's like with my screens. I made most of this. I put it together. It's what I like to do. Sure, I use AI to make the background image and stuff like that because, I'm nowhere near the artist I want to be. But I also don't think I'm hurting anybody.
no.
Hey, some people don't like cold coffee. Nothing wrong with that.
I'm straying away from coffee. I'm very into matcha.
I cannot stand matcha. It tastes like grass.
I love matcha.
It tastes like grass and dirt to me. And you can like matcha. The wife
will.
one time made, because she has this Fallout cookbook. And so we got a bunch of matcha because I'd never had it before. And she made the buff out cookies, which are basically matcha sugar cookies.
That sounds so good.
You can like them all you want. I did not like them. And I'm glad somebody likes it because obviously a lot of people do. And I think it's just my taste buds. It just hits wrong. But yeah, I mean, going back to the topic. Basically, we're lowering our satisfaction threshold.
Yeah.
So we're basically on a diet of ultra-processed foods, and we're destroying our palate's ability to appreciate complex flavors. So we're getting these stale narrative structures, which destroys our capacity for structural ambiguity or narrative depth. Like a lot of people, not a lot, but some people complained about, say, Iron Lung. Oh, it had no ending. It had no proper resolution. Of course not. Neither did the video game.
Neither did The Long Walk.
Right.
There's plenty of movies that just end.
Right. Because
To
not
end.
everything has an ending.
That's life.
Yeah. I mean, I would hate it if every piece of media did that. Didn't you? just
Newsflash: when you die, shit keeps going.
Right? You know, and basically what this causes is the audiences are demanding comfort. Studios produce safe IP. Audience lose the media literacy to process novelty. And now audience demands even more extreme safety, which then goes back to studios producing stale IP. Audience losing even further narrative structure capacity. Oolong. Which again, you know, you just keep going on the way down until you end up with Idiocracy.
The movie?
Yes. Well, think about it. You had 15, you know, that, what was his name? I can't even remember his name.
Luke Wilson.
Not Luke Wilson's character. You know, go away, Baton.
What?
The dude that he first went, anyway.
Dax Shepard.
Yeah, the TV screens. He had like 15 different TV, things going on all at once.
Go away, I'm biting.
Right. But now we're getting into, well, speaking of Wilson, Luke Wilson, Owen Wilson, Matthew McConaughey, they all basically have the same face. They're clones. Yes, there is subtle differences, but I mean the same basic.
To me, they look nothing alike.
How do I put this?
Matthew McConaughey and Luke Wilson don't look at anything alike.
Okay, not Luke Wilson, but more Owen Wilson.
Really?
Yeah.
Hold on. Owen Wilson, Matthew.
Yeah, get him on a side by side.
Let me look at this here.
They have the same basic cheek structure. Like, yes, they look different, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying they're clones, but they fulfill the same role in a movie.
I don't see it.
Okay, well, here's another comparison for you. Ryan Gosling, Ryan Reynolds. Again, there's just enough difference for you to be able to tell. But
you're definitely seeing something on both ends that I don't.
Well, it's the same. It's the basic. Maybe it's just my tism. Pattern recognition. The same forehead, the same cheekbones, the same chin pointiness, the same. Well, Owen Wilson has that very unique nose. And he kind of shares it with Luke. But if you look at Ryan Reynolds and Ryan Gosling, again, you have the same basic narrow face, the same basic.
I can see it on Ryan Gosling and Ryan Reynolds. He has said it's a very narrow.
And like I mentioned, Tom Cruise and Timothée Chalamet, because now we're just recycling old movie stars. From Tom Cruise to Timothée Chalamet, they look very similar at the same age. We're recycling. I mean, Tom Holland fits the same Tom Cruise capacity. He just doesn't have Tom Cruise's early charisma. He doesn't have Tom Cruise's, easy smile, which none of these new stars do. Well, I mean, it could be cloning, but I'm not that far out on that limb because I know a little bit about how cloning would really be going. Yeah, it would take a lot more than people think. But then you also have, here's an even safer bet they made. Linda Carter, the original Wonder Woman on TV, and Gal Gadot. You compare those two, and they're almost identical. Not really. I mean, they, again, fulfill the same role. Of course, they're supposed to be playing the same character, but even outside of that character, they look similar. We've destroyed character actors. We don't have character actors like Willem Dafoe, Steve Buscemi, Danny DeVito, Ron Perlman, these people that had character of their face that didn't look like others. What was his name? Guzman? Luis Guzman? He would have been a huge character actor in the 90s. He would have been huge. He would have been being put in movies because he would be contrast to the star. Not because he's ugly, but because he's different.
My HEB is here. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Sorry.
Don't apologize for getting stuff. But I mean, this is what I'm talking about, is just how safe we're playing it, that we're even recycling old visual cues. That's what I mean. Lucy Lawless, Linda Carter, yes. Now if you put Linda Carter, Lucy Lawless, Gal Gadot. Like follow that progression. And you see that they're basically tailoring, like Gal Gadot is definitely more for modern. No, it could be. I mean, I really don't know. I mean, I'm open. I don't know that much about that culture. I did at one point. But I also know a lot of it is just wish fulfillment and backfilling. Like, I think that there might actually be something to some of that, Andy. But you've got to see that a lot of these people that say it happened, right, they're basically aiming to be a carbon copy, which now when you start putting into how much plastic surgery people are doing, how much they're freezing their face through Botox, how much they're cloning their face to look like the Kardashians. That joke is really funny if you know who the Kardashians are. But everybody's just following this trend, and so now they're losing all uniqueness. And anybody that is unique feels that they are other or, thank you, Jade, subpar. You know, it's the Instagram face. It's the, you know, the curated life. I think it's ridiculous.
Bonkers.
No, it is. You know, and I figured out what I was meaning is that Matthew McConaughey and Owen Wilson, their faces have the same beat, rhythm to them.
Okay.
It's not that they're clones of each other, but they fulfill that role. Like they're that. Like, have you ever seen the homogenized faces meme?
Yes.
Or not? Okay. Where they take like, all the past movie stars and layer them on top of each other, and basically you get Keira Knightley or Natalie Portman. Speaking of clones of each other. Celeb model anime character carbon copy slimitals. Extremely weird. Yeah, I would find it absolutely creepy to even think about trying to make myself like someone else. But like I was saying, you know, we've eradicated the character actor, the people that don't fulfill the role. You know, movie stars have become brands. They're not allowed to act. They have to be, you know, they have to be this certain person.
Yeah.
Exactly, Andy. You know, basically it's you don't want to be yourself. You want to be someone else. It's just a different form of deleting your save file. But now, you know, we're into the ultimate trap. So here's an interesting bit of stuff that I didn't know before I started researching. True. So we have the televised executive branch. Now here's funny. Ever since the 1960 Nixon-Kennedy debate established the optics over audio, politics has leaned on media styling. So if you don't know, there was this big dichotomy, two sides. So Nixon-Kennedy debate. Those who listened to the debate on the radio thought Nixon won. Those who watched the debate on TV thought Kennedy won. Nixon's not a handsome man. Kennedy was. Even though if you took that context away, Nixon was the better candidate. You know, he was the one that won. I mean, we're probably glad he didn't, but I'm just saying that he had the more intelligent arguments.
Right.
But Kennedy could flash the smile. And ever since then, we've basically come down to the Hollywood politician matrix. And it's real simple. The face versus the trust. You have either the good old boy you feel you can trust or the handsome face. And that's what it comes down to almost every time.
I think
mean,
there's exceptions.
Well, Trump, Biden, that was an exception.
Oh, I didn't mean. I was more gearing towards movies, people, but.
Well, true. Well, I'm just saying
I
that this idea of the homogenized faces has now creeped into politics.
Yeah. I don't know much about politics.
Well, I'm not really trying to talk politics itself, but more of the effect our media, I mean, ever since TV has been invented, has on people. You know, with Nixon Kennedy debate, you know, if you listen to it on the radio, Nixon won. If you watched it, Kennedy won.
Right.
And now we have, you know, celebrity politicians. I mean, and I'm not trying to pick a side here. I'm just saying, simple fact is that you end up with a good old boy or a face. That's really it. Who doesn't miss old MTV?
That's where I found out about all the music videos.
Right.
They used to do these things. I don't know if they did it for every artist. I think it's because I was just obsessed with Eminem when I was younger.
Valid.
But I still love him today. But back then I was like, that's just how I got his music and his new stuff. Especially, they would play it all the time. But they would do these Eminem tribute marathons where they would just play everything he made, all of his music videos, just stitched together for like 6 hours, and it was just. And I would just sit there and watch the whole thing. And I miss that. I could do it now, obviously. I could find playlists that do it. But like it was just the feeling of like, oh, I've never heard these. Oh, I've heard this one. I like this one. Ooh, this one's different. What the fuck is he doing in that music video? Because he used to do that weird shit.
Yep.
So like you would just be like, why is he got pigtails?
Because he was just being
Why
random.
is he in a miniskirt? Like, so, but then he would go into like a really melodic, like sad song right after, and then it would be him dressed as Pee Wee Herman. So it was like this whole 6 hour thing where your brain, it was kind of like nowadays where your brain was just like stimulated, like back and forth with random shit.
Right. Well, and I totally understand that. And I know they would do that with certain musicians, but others they wouldn't be able to do it. It's one of the reasons, like, don't get me wrong, absolutely love Eminem. But he was pushed. He was pushed into the limelight much farther. Hey, what's up, Green Jeans in the YouTube land?
Green Jeans!
So, yeah, Hollywood Undead are definitely not safe for work. Yeah, my kids used to listen to Hollywood Undead. I would make them take a break from it because they are such heavy. Like, I'm not saying that they're bad. Like Hollywood Undead, it's all entertainment. You just have to make sure that you lighten it up every once in a while.
No, demons all the time.
Yeah, and well, my oldest used to have this because I used to pay for Pandora, and I would let the kids make their own playlist so they could just go to their playlist. Mm-hmm. And with the way Pandora would work, it would bring in other music and stuff like that. Well, the oldest had this channel she made that I just renamed to Douchebag with a Guitar. Because that's all the music that would come up, was just some douchebag with a guitar. 9 times out of 10, it was the video was some dude sitting underneath a tree on a college freaking campus. And I mean, I made her take a break from it every once in a while. I was like, no, you go listen to my.
You can't
Aqua
have
playlist.
douchebag that much, okay?
Yes, I still listen to Aqua.
You still listen to Aqua?
Dude, if I'm sad, Aqua cheers me up. Like, what's wrong
Do
with
you
that?
listen to Barbie Girl?
Hell yeah, Barbie Girl. Candyland.
Wow.
God, I don't know. I haven't thought about the actual... Yeah, it's just something that kicks me out of my bad mood.
I usually listen to like 2010s pop music when I'm feeling sad.
But see, for me, 2010 pop
But that's
music
the
is
thing.
a recycle of the 1980s to 90s pop music. It
Which
all
is
sounds
what you
the same
grew up
to me.
with.
Right.
But for me, it's a generation later. So 2000 or late 2000s or early 2010s pop music is what I grew up with.
Right.
So that's
I'm
what
not trying
makes
to
me feel better.
Yeah, I'm not... Of course, we have
Yeah.
nostalgia radios. We all
Yeah.
do in our own heads. We have nostalgia.
I have a whole playlist where it's just nostalgia so that I can get myself out of a funk.
When you're sad, you listen to 80s music where they are going through it. Yeah, sounds about right, Green Jeans.
Sometimes in my nostalgia playlist, I also have music from like the 70s and 80s. It's just whatever I listen to when I grew up.
Well, sometimes, I'll even
a lot
go
of
back to the, like, old Cavaliers, the old Motown. Sometimes I'll just go over to jazz. I mean, obviously, if you know the music I write and I have AI perform for me, on the Neon Bard channel, like, obviously, I jump all over the place in music taste.
I switch for nostalgia. It's a lot of James Taylor and Elton John and
Oh, yeah.
Billy Joel. I like.
Billy
it's,
Joel.
It's because it's not. It's somber
Downeaster
music,
Alexa.
but it's not. It's not somber, but it's not happy, but it still brings me out of a funk.
Yeah.
Like She's Always a Woman and Sweet Baby James by James Taylor always brings me out of a funk. I just listen to it. I know all the words. It's a short song. It's sweet. It's low toned. He sings so well in it.
Well, that's what I call sunrise music.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is. It's
Green Jean says hi, simply.
Hi, Greenie. It's off-grid music. It's like ranch music almost. Like sitting on your porch, drinking a beer, watching the sunset. or
Oh,
sunrise.
In Your Eyes. That was like his one-hit wonder.
Who?
The guy that sang In Your Eyes.
What? But who was it?
In your eyes, the light, the heat.
Peter Gabriel.
Peter Gabriel. No, he wasn't a one-hit wonder. That was Peter Gabriel?
That's what it says.
Oh, I thought it was somebody else.
1986.
No, it's still a great song. Absolutely love that song.
But if no one's heard Sweet Baby James by James Taylor, the song's fucking phenomenal. Listen to it. Also, Under Pressure by Queen and David Bowie. Always a must for me to feel better.
Oh my God. Sorry, Queen and David Bowie work beautifully together.
I just said it to my boss yesterday because I was playing it on my phone. Single-handedly the best collaboration of all time. It's Under Pressure.
You don't mean
That
Dancing in the
song.
Street with Mick Jagger and David Bowie?
Nah, man. Under Pressure is just...
Have you
the way
ever seen the video for that?
No, I know the song, but I've never seen the video.
Bro, watch the video. You have never seen such subdued hostility. Those two wanted to kill each other. And yet they're having to do this gayest and I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, like, they are supposed to be like dancing in the street. They're super close, like almost lovers close. And you could tell that they want to kill each other. They just want to go ham. And it's friggin' hilarious because, I mean, I love Dancing in the Street. It's a great song.
Under Pressure just goes from these just really like nice belting things, and then just like just like kind of like airy tones from David, and like if you're not paying attention to the lyrics, like the song doesn't make sense at all. But like if you are, it's beautiful.
Right.
And it's just so, it goes from like just and then just turn away from my door like a blind man, and just like it gets really like just small and then big and then small, and then at the end it's just like, oh.
I could have been a scene girl if I had money for extensions, hair dye, and a bump it. I don't even know what a bump it is, but hey, whatever. You go. Never gonna dance again. Guilty feet have got no rhythm. Sorry, Green Jeans over here typing lyrics.
You're fine.
This house is not a home.
I go from fucking early 70s all the way to like current music. I just have such a diverse thing that I listen to.
I mean, for the longest time, I had a FLAC recording, which is a lossless audio codec.
Yeah, no, I don't.
I was more saying that for chat, not necessarily for you.
That's I sometimes I forget that we're talking for people.
Right. The Gotterdammerung. It's a German opera called the Gold Ring Cycle. It's where Ride of the Valkyries came from.
Okay.
So yes, I even listen to opera.
Probably one thing I don't listen to.
Well, okay, so most people don't realize that they're listening to opera when they're watching Looney Tunes. That's where I got introduced to opera. I didn't realize I liked it.
I use Opera. It's a good browser.
Not sponsored. I did not like it. I tried it. I did not like Opera.
Actually, no. I don't use Opera anymore. I was, because it was such a lightweight one when I had a terrible PC. But then it switched to Chromium, and now it's just terrible. It bogged down just like Google Chrome. I stick to Firefox.
I have Chrome and Firefox that I use right now.
I can't stand Chrome. Anything with Chromium it's waste of RAM.
I understand. I totally understand what you mean. But see, back in the day, Firefox burned me. I was an early Firefox adopter. Like when it was
Firefox, probably.
I'm not the boss of you.
It was probably the first browser I used.
And I can't remember anymore. I can't remember what they did to piss me off.
No, because AOL had its own browser, didn't it?
Yeah, AOL was its own browser. I know because I beta tested AOL 2.0.
Okay, so AOL was probably the first one I used, because I remember that.
I was in high school and my teacher's brother worked for AOL. So I literally was one of the beta testers of AOL 2.0. Because I was done with my math and the teacher didn't have anything more for me. Has it already been an hour? Since the last time?
Already been an hour, dude. It's almost...
Well, we're almost 2 hours. I'm sorry. I count it hour by hour. It's been another hour almost.
Oh, yeah, and I came in at like 10 minutes.
You were syncing the game? Yeah, it's running up on 11. I'm good to go another hour, people. If you're ready, you're good to go.
Yeah, I'm just playing Skate in the background while we talk.
I'm fine. I'm just sitting here talking. I'm not even playing anything. I don't need to do two
Skate
things.
helps me think.
I don't need to. Well, you have a good night, Jade.
You listen. You got a big fucking brain, okay?
I don't have a big brain. I can only do one thing at once. I mean, look at my head is barely taking up the screen right now. Sorry, I'm sitting way back.
When I was looking at the stream, you were sitting like so far back.
Yeah, I'm sitting way back. Well, that's what's funny is that I'm just leaning back in my chair.
It's comfy.
Oh. Actually, it's not
Stream
good
tomorrow
for...
is gonna be fun.
The what?
Stream tomorrow is gonna be fun. I think, hopefully,
If things cooperate properly?
Oh my god, I hope so. I'm getting so tired of having to fix it.
It is so annoying.
It's getting really annoying, and it's like discouraging me almost, but I'm trying to fight through that.
Well, we just have to figure out what's going wrong.
It's the CPU. It's gotta be.
It's gotta be. Because you
It's
just
gotta be. I
upgraded
think
your
I'm
video
bottlenecking.
card.
Yeah, it's obviously the 1080 Ti is not like the best card in the world right now, but like it's still a pretty tanky card, and like.
Well, when I compared the specs to mine, to see what I was doing, just because for my own edification.
Yeah.
Basically, oh damn! I had to pull over. You were surrounded by cops and you got scared. Damn.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, Ad. I'll go take my quick break.
Okay,
I'll be back.
I'll be back. Oh,
Hello. Hey, my camera didn't freeze this time when I moved the desk.
let's fucking go.
Let's go. Pizza commercial? Nothing wrong with a pizza commercial. Yeah, I noticed that the ad was running. It's like, oh yeah, nobody can hear us right now. Well, I hope everything's okay, Green Jeans. I hope you weren't actually pulled over by the cops. I always love those people that hold their phone out like a Pop-Tart. Okay, well, you have fun, Andy.
Have you?
But the main thing I wanted people to take away from this conversation tonight is, is the simple fact that you can control what you do. If you pay attention to what's going on, you can see that the algorithm's feeding you things because you've watched something like it before.
Yeah.
So, like, go watch movies that you want to go watch. Like, I'm going to watch Backrooms. Yes, there has been tons of, I'm sure, data I could have mined on Backrooms on whether or not I'm going to like the movie. I don't care. I don't watch YouTube just a drug bust. Okay. I don't watch the YouTube critics or anything like I used to because I want to watch it with my own eyes. I don't want somebody else to tell me what I'm going to like. Because no matter how neutral the critique, they're still going to try and influence your opinion one way or the other because they have an unconscious bias or a conscious bias. Like, I'm not a huge fan of the Marvel movies, but there is something to be taken away from it. And it's something that I think Marvel lost when they started switching it over to TV screens. You know, switching it over to Disney Plus was the community event. I'm enjoying watching the Marvel stuff with you guys because it's a community event. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, it's fun. It's also fun to just pick them apart when they do shit stupidly.
Exactly. When it's a bad one, we have fun with it. When
Except
it's a good
Thor
one,
2.
we kind of sit
I
there in
actually
silence
hate
and
it.
enjoy it. Huh?
Thor 2 was actually like,
There wasn't enough to make fun of.
no, because it was already doing it itself.
Well, it was a parody of itself.
Yeah,
Like,
but we got to a point in Guardians of the Galaxy 2 where I was supposed to go and like make some food, and I just didn't.
Well, because it's Guardians 2, man.
It was because it's a fucking
Ooh, The
awesome
Happening.
movie.
The Happening. Oh my god.
I hate that movie.
Oh. Oh no, it's happening.
Can you guys just give me a goddamn second?
Oh my god. See, and that's the problem, is the formulaicness of movies anymore. Like, you can tell each act beat for beat. And it doesn't matter. It's what I got tired of in watching Game of Thrones. Every episode had a structure to it that was so predictable. It's just like, yep. And I get it. You know, a lot of people liked it. That's okay. That is perfectly fine. Wasn't my cup of tea. Like, I could see the writing on the wall, so to speak, from season 4. Like, they just started doing things to do things. It wasn't really narrative.
Yeah.
Which, sure, there was a lot of visually stunning stuff, but I come from a generation where Final Fantasy games didn't have graphics. They had good art, but they didn't have graphics. You had to have a good story to go along with it. Visually, I can only do so much. You made him watch.
Yeah.
She made you watch Game of Thrones?
No,
Attack
The Happening.
of the Killer Tomatoes. Oh
The
my
Happening
god.
was what
Huh?
she made me watch The Happening.
Oh, The Happening. The problem is that it was based on a very misunderstood thing that plants do. Like, plants actually do communicate. but they're not going to communicate to kill us. Like, I mean, I guarantee you that if trees could, they would have killed us by now.
Yeah.
Like, flat out.
Like, hey, y'all want air? Nah.
Oh, we'll give you air, but here's this toxin in it that's now bonded to it. Have fun. Because that's what they do with their predators. Like, they actually evolve systems to be toxic. That's how apple trees ended up with cyanide, arsenic in their seeds.
Cyanide. Pretty sure it's cyanide.
Cyanide. Well, it wasn't cyanide in happiness.
I was just about to say that.
I miss when that was good. Oh, I loved the cartoons.
Step on crack, break your mother's back.
I was thinking the man with the most comfortable ass in the world. Speed racist.
It reminds me of ASDF movie.
Oh, God.
Throw the cheese!
Or me and my buddies used to watch Zero Punctuation.
Oh, yeah! Or Stick Figures on Crack was the one I was watching a lot when YouTube was first coming out.
Well, yeah, man, I was an early adopter to YouTube. I used to watch Good Mythical Morning when they were still in an actual basement.
Yeah, when everything was just fucking green.
Like when they came up with like the golden jokes, man, sawdust. You mean man glitter?
Yeah, and the slap fight that they had that like almost ruined their friendship for like a while because they like Link did not like getting slapped even though he was supposed to get slapped, and he was just like, "Hey, don't slap! Hey!"
Right? Oh my God, classic Rhett and Link. I mean,
I still love them. I still love them to death.
I'm not
great.
trying to say anything bad about them, but it's not bad, but it feels so samey to me anymore. Like I'll go back for nostalgia.
To me, it's reliable.
Right.
If you like it, then you're gonna like watching it over and over and over. But if you don't like the formula that they're doing, then it's definitely not going to be for you. Because they're just going to continue to do what they're doing.
Right, and that's fine.
I like it, and I'm here for it.
Andy, I would trust Link to cut my hair.
I wouldn't trust Link to breathe around me.
I mean, how hard is that going to be?
He'll find a way to damage you.
Trust me, it's a miracle I've never had a concussion.
It's a miracle Link is still walking around. He's a danger to himself.
There is that.
I love him, but oh my God, the fact that he continuously does the exact opposite of what he should do in every single situation it's why I love watching them so much.
Right.
Like, I don't know if you saw the clip of, like, it happened, like, last year. You want some of this on your that? Because he shook a fucking canister of whipped cream, like, 10 times, violently. And was surprised when it exploded.
Really? Well, yeah. That seems right.
I have to show you that clip. They were doing this thing where they were making, like, Will It whipped cream or whatever. Oh
my God, Will It blend? Sorry, when you said Will It whipped cream, like you just brought back the memories of the stupid Blendtec blender and Will It blend.
Yes, and I love the Will It series, and I love that they still do it, and that they're getting even more creative with it now. Of like actually going down to like the chemical levels of food to try to change it.
Okay, maybe
to
I have
make
to
it taste better.
Go back and watch their newer stuff.
They have the kitchen now. So they have chefs trying to make it as good as possible. It's not just like, let's throw pig testicles in it anymore to see if it'll taco. It's like, let's see if we can actually make this palatable by changing everything about it.
Well, it's still technically the thing.
Yes, and they did it with, they revisited a couple of Willets because they now have chefs to see what they can do with the things that they already did. Like they did, They did the pig's blood in the original Willet taco, where it was just literally coagulated blood in a fucking hard shell taco. Of course, it's not going to work. But now Josh went in and he infused the blood into a tortilla. He made like blood and tomato and like onion, like some kind of salsa with it, and like he did it with the cheese and the vegetables, and he somehow made it good.
No, I can see that actually if you get the right balance.
Yeah, and
Because
he,
the biggest
like he
problem
made
with
it to the
blood
point
is
where
that
like
it's
actually
too
this is
potent.
delicious. I love how the Smosh has split custody of Trevor with Mythical Kitchen. When I found out that was happening and I can see Trevor on Smosh, I was so happy.
Well, yeah, because didn't Mythical buy Smosh, or was it the other way around?
Divine Media shut down and took all the money with them, and basically tried to kill Smosh in the process. Smosh then was bought out by Mythical Entertainment and let them do whatever they wanted to do.
Nice. See, and that's the stories I love to hear.
Yeah, and then when Anthony was like, okay, Divide definitely didn't leave a fingerprint on this, I want to come back and make... Because that's why he left, because he was like, they're ruining everything we built. And
I've never watched Smosh, I'm going to be honest.
And Ian was like...
What's up, XO?
Hey,
welcome in.
hey, listen, if I leave, then it's gone forever, if after you leave. So, like, I'm not going to let that happen, but I understand why you're leaving.
Right.
And then Anthony was like, okay, I think years have passed. I think we're in a place now creatively where we could take this back. And so Anthony and Ian bought Smosh back from Mythical.
Nice. That's actually really cool.
And they sold it to them at like a reasonable price.
Well, yeah, see, I mean, Rhett and Link don't need money. They're
No,
like
they don't.
The
But they were like,
OG
hey, we're not going to let
YouTuber
you break your fucking
celebrities.
livelihoods over trying to get your baby back.
Well, and it's not like they need the money.
No. They did it specifically to save a creative outlet for someone.
To me, it's one of the reasons why I actually had to look up why Markiplier was still charging for Iron Lung. I mean, he made its budget back and then some. So why is he... Green Jean says hello, XO. Why is he selling it on YouTube at the end of the month? Like, you can now buy it. Or will be able to buy it.
The original proceeds, a lot of that went into bonuses for the people who made it.
Yeah, he made the money back. I mean, he's made his money back and then some. Original proceeds...
No, I mean, not just for him. The people who worked on the movie.
Yeah, I know. He made $50 million. He made the movie for a $3 million budget. He could have doubled their salaries.
It was actually $1 million.
Was it only $1 million?
It was only $1 million.
I thought everybody was suspecting it was 3.
No, it was $1 million.
Damn.
It was $1 million fronted originally, and then he spent a lot more on blood, is what happened.
Oh, yeah. But my thing is why doesn't he just drop it on his channel? He'd still get revenue from it.
I think he always has a plan for something, so he's doing it for a reason.
He is doing it for a reason. Like I said, I had to research. I found the answer. Oh, no, he's got it. He has to sell it. He legit has to sell it on YouTube. He is legally obligated. Because he had to go into distribution contracts internationally. So to get the movie internationally, he had to go into distribution contracts. So the movie, he could have released it on his channel if he hadn't have done that without the geofencing.
Yeah.
But it's geofenced, and if he releases it on his channel, he's violating these contracts.
Yeah.
Which makes him super I actually had... seriously, I had to research it because it just didn't seem like a Markiplier thing to do.
Yeah, and it is 100% a Markiplier thing to do to make sure it's available to fucking everyone across the planet.
Exactly. So it wasn't some insidious thing. It wasn't like...
Yeah.
He's doing a cash grab. It was literally
he's doing
he had to.
Yeah, he's doing his best to try to make sure literally everybody in the world can watch
And watch,
this.
he releases it for like $3 a movie.
Oh yeah, no, it's he's going to make sure that this movie is available to everyone.
Well, and as he should, because that's
good.
breaking Hollywood of this moribund, like what we're talking about tonight. It's breaking Hollywood's brain that he was able to do it. Baby No Money's existence? Who cares about Baby No Money?
I don't understand the hype. I know he's not a bad dude. He's probably...
No, but I've listened to his music. It's mid at best.
I don't like it. It sucks. I don't understand. It was the same thing when people were raving over Corpse Husband's music. It wasn't even music. It was just him going over a really bass boosted shitty beat. And it was every song was like that. You can't hear what he's saying. And I'm like, am I missing something?
You weren't sorry to use this language. I know for some people this is a trigger word, but you weren't a simp for Corpse Husband.
No. I met him. Like, I knew him for a little bit. Like, it just made no sense for his character. Like, at all. Like, so when I saw it happening, after he blew up, it was like...
Well, the algorithm.
What happened?
Right? You are not the algorithm, the how do I put this? There's an equation. The equation of a YouTuber. And it's an either-or equation. You either become... once you're a YouTuber, there's only two ways to go from there. You either go into music or you go into little kids. So, most people had to at least try music.
Yeah. But it sucked. It fucking sucked ass. Somehow got an MGK on a song I don't understand, but...
Because...
That's not saying much, but...
Corpse Husband for a short time was super popular, and then he had the face
Because
reveal,
of Among Us.
And everybody... Dude, I hate Among Us. Absolutely hate Among Us, simply because it destroyed YouTube.
Yeah.
It destroyed the whole YouTube ecosphere. And now you have everybody trying to chase that same thing where it's just like, oh, sure, you become a simp or you become simped for, which, I mean, again...
Or you become a Simply Beard man.
Well, that's why I started with music. I didn't want anybody to question. Actually, I tried narrations first, and that was bad.
Yeah, I did that for a while.
Well...
But I was good.
I didn't... Okay, so what I was trying to do was write my own stories. But I was trying to... Like, I had this idea of writing these, like, true story style, but they're real world. Or not real world, but, like, the real world, but they're all fiction. Like, Reddit-style video. Snippets in a world I was creating. It required way too much overhead, and I don't think people really got that that's what I was doing.
It's hard to really branch out in the narrating space if you're not doing what everybody else is doing, or you're not doing something so unique but also understandable to where people understand, where people are like, "Whoa, this is really cool." If you fall anywhere outside of those lines, it's not going to work. I learned that very quickly.
Right. I mean, I was actually, so to give me an idea, I love the backrooms. I love the concept of the backrooms. And I don't mean just Kane Pixels. I mean, like, the other thing. And sorry, I'm watching chat and I'm laughing.
Funny enough is people really like... Kane Pixels did a lot for it. I understand that. They're also missing a gigantic chunk of its timeline. Kane Pixels came years after the Backrooms was well established as a lore base. But people credit him for, like, solidifying it. I don't agree with it.
Well, no, I can agree with it for one reason and one reason only. Okay, so online in the creepypasta forums, in those kind of SCP style boards and stuff like that, Backrooms was this established lore I'd been reading for a while. Like, don't get me wrong. Kane Pixels took it out of the Backrooms of Reddit and brought it to the front page of YouTube. That's why people give Kane Pixels the credit of bringing the backrooms forward, because he did.
Yeah.
He brought it from the back room to the front room, and everybody's suddenly going, oh my God. I mean, my wife would not listen to me talk about the back rooms. I would talk it over with the kids, but my wife, like, she didn't get it until Kane Pixels Backrooms came on, and I showed her the video, and she goes, oh, now I get it. Like, it didn't make sense to her.
But it's had to have been like 2019.
Corpse Husband showed his face to another streamer so he would help with a charity stream. Friend group went wild. That was the descent. Yeah, because everybody had this image of Corpse Husband that he was some like hot dude, and he was just average.
Yeah. Back in 2019, I narrated a backroom story, and it was I was one of the first people to do it. Like, just take an actual backrooms cohesive story that I found and work with another person to release a video on it. And because I remember looking around, I'm like, nobody's actually like writing stories on this, like making an actual story world.
Right.
They're just like rehashing weird, creepy things that they might see in there. So I found this one story, like one of the only stories that someone was doing, and I asked if I could
Exactly,
use it.
Infinite.
And that thing got like 30,000 views.
Yeah. Well, and I
I
guess
was like, holy shit, this thing is backrooms is huge.
Yeah, and I think I just came too late, or people didn't realize that it was backrooms adjacent. Like, I made up my own world, you know, my own level or whatever you want to call it, but it's not true backrooms. It's, I hate to sound pretentious, but it's basically melding backrooms with glitch in the matrix, simulation theory, you know, all sorts of stuff. So it's almost not like a cohesive of anything but my own thing. I call it Neon City. You know, it's where a guy, you know, my main character, John Rowland, he shows up and the city's basically barely there. But the longer he interacts with the city, the longer he does stuff, the more real it becomes. Because it's basically, he's building the city, and as he gets more people there, attracting more people, it grows along with them. It's just like any community. It's a sense of self. It's exploring the loner that finds a group idea.
Yeah.
Only I really don't think people understood what was going on. Even through the music, I don't think people get it, and that's fine. It's my life.
You tried.
Yes, we need to do the Monster Hunter Diaries. I think that would be fun, and we need to start working on those. But see, that's what was so cathartic today, was that I was writing the character of John Rowland again, only I'm starting over fresh.
Nice.
And I might narrate it on Neon Room at some point, or I might just start a whole channel based on John Rowland. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. I'm just writing because I want to.
John Madden.
No, John Rowland.
John Madden.
So, John Rowland is actually named after my grandpa, and my favorite character from Borderlands, Roland. And it does have SCPs in it, sort of. Like, I have the Soulmatronics, which I think are absolutely terrifying. Huh?
Nice. I'm a gigantic SCP nerd.
So, the Soulmatronics are based on Five Nights at Freddy's. Only imagine ripping out somebody's soul. They're absolutely blind. They don't know what's happening, but they're powering an animatronic. Like, they don't have any outside world, but every time the animatronic moves, they're in pain, so they're constantly screaming at you as they move.
My favorite SCP is
Peanut?
no, the red light dimension.
Sorry, I was joking.
And we can't even use the peanut anymore.
Right. Like, I mean, come on, Peanut was like, what, the OG?
He was what made it popular. SCP didn't get popular until the game where Peanut was released.
Right.
I mean, they already had the picture of him, but they modeled him after the picture. And
Well,
now the newer SCP games now look more like the newer version of 173.
Right. So, Andy, let me give you a little hint on the whole John Rowland story in Neon City and everything like that. John Rowland is the SCP. That's the problem. He doesn't realize what he is. I don't know that much about the SCP world other than the basic concept. I don't remember the numbers other than a few things.
The red light dimension, I think that's what they called it originally. Essentially, there was a experiment to try to find different dimensions, and they ended up, this couple of scientists, like actually like wife and husband, shattered like a thing of space-time, and the husband and his console that he was working at got sucked into another, basically an anti-dimension of just pure antimatter. And over time, he is sitting in this place of pure blackness and this weird wave of light that's pushing towards an infinite void. And he is exploring it in every direction. And months go by, and there's like and he's recording everything on this console. And the only source of real light he has is the tiny red console light that's beeping and illuminates his face.
Oh, wait a minute.
And he doesn't have to eat. He doesn't get hungry. He doesn't sleep. His body slowly deteriorates towards the end to where he's just like a heart and lungs and a foot and a head. And as he's slowly withering away, he notices that the console is getting sucked back into a rift, and he starts like sobbing, and he's there for years.
Jesus.
And then it ends up back into the normal dimension, and the wife like watches it happen, and she sees that the console's covered in like blood and viscera and hair and like pieces of him. And then she plays all the recordings back over, finding out that her husband never died. He was just stuck in that dimension for years, slowly deteriorating into nothing.
Jesus.
It's fucking awesome.
That is pretty cool. So, okay.
There's a channel called the Exploring Series. I'll send you some videos.
Yes, I've already watched quite a bit of that, actually.
Oh, yeah. That's where I learned most of my SCP knowledge.
Yeah,
he's great.
I need to go back and like start that up again.
Like, I actually got to talk to him for a little bit in DMs because I was so obsessed with his content.
Oh, he's got
fucking
great
awesome
content.
dude. Yeah, he's an awesome dude. He's one of the only SCP YouTubers I ever saw that didn't just read a log or read an article.
Actually did something with it?
He would take it, and then he would stitch other SCPs into them that might have something to do with that SCP and explain it better.
Right. See, that was my problem early on when I tried to read the SCP stuff, was the horrid writing. Like, I get that they were going with the trope so that it was entry level for everybody, but my God, just reading the files was so sloggy.
Yeah, that's why I liked him, because he just went through like really explaining everything in vivid detail, and you would just be able to. It was almost like audiobook, like you would be able to picture it all in your head.
So to give you an idea, since the whole story's going to change. So basically, John Rowland wakes up in a world that's barely there. And the longer, the Exploring series.
I got you.
I think so. You're a mod on my channel, right?
Should be.
Okay. Because otherwise I don't let people do links. Basically the idea is that John Rowland died. But he woke up here, and he's slowly creating a world, an afterlife for himself. And what happens is what he doesn't realize is that there's a counterpart, Vasul. Vasul is himself, who's gone.
Not a mod.
The what? You're not a mod.
Not a mod.
Come on, can't I? How do I raise you to a mod? I thought I could just...
You do slash.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Woo! There you go.
You know, I mean, people... I mod people that aren't going to, you know, destroy the... You know, basically, I mod people I trust.
Dude, he's still posting SCP videos.
Yeah, well, there's so many.
But, like, I was watching him 7 to 8 years ago as they were coming out. That's how long ago he started. I watched him from, like, the very beginning when he was doing the Cthulhu mythos.
Oh, man. But, yeah, basically...
He really helped me understand a lot of Lovecraft stuff.
Yeah. Basically, Vasul is John Rowland. But John Rowland had to split himself in half. And Vasul is just basically villainous soul. He had to... So the whole idea is that whatever you die with, you bring with you. And if you know anything, you know, and I'm not going to spoil the story that I'm writing now, but John did not have a great life in real life. Like, he did not. And he brought all this darkness with him. But he also tried very hard to be a good person. So he brought all this light. He was always in balance. And because they constantly fought and struggled, when he was his unified being, he kept destroying himself. He kept destroying his afterlife. And now, when he split apart, they're basically the engine that keeps everything running, that struggle, that yin and yang. Because other people are now joining his afterlife. Yeah, I don't know how more... It sounds stupid when I try to explain it, but it's very... I don't know, it's my story and I want to tell it.
Yeah.
You know, basically John Rowland made a deal with the devil and the devil made it come due. And John cheated him. By not going either way. He went sideways.
If you are in it for the long haul and you like long videos, going through the Exploring series, watch his Ouroboros cycle.
Oh, yes. I want to watch that.
It's basically the proposal for SCP-001. It's fantastic. It's kind of like a time loop kind of thing, or like don't bite the hand that feeds you. It's so fucking good. I love it.
No.
I've listened to it so many times.
I didn't know Link and his dad had a podcast.
Yeah.
I also haven't watched them since college. Like, I watched, you know, YouTube way back, like right after it just started. Like, I watched a lot of the OG YouTubers.
Here we go. It's called The Red Reality, is the one I was talking about earlier.
There we go. But yeah, I mean, I have this whole story, but I also have this idea of who John is. And I don't know. I'm trying to write it better and make it more interesting, because I know the narrative is going to completely change now that I'm drawing from this to move on. But I also have Deadlands Mall, which is part of it. The Top of the World Trails, the Vegas, Sands of Avarice, Dispatches from Myrtle Beach. Okay.
I like the way Linkstad pronounces Thailand. Thailand.
That's funny. You know, and I can tell by your response and by most people's response, it's not really, you know, it's not as interesting hearing me talk about it. So.
No, it's Listen, I'm just listening.
It's
If I don't have anything to say, like I said, I don't
Right.
say it. I just listen.
but
Doesn't mean I
it's-
don't find it interesting. I do.
Yeah, it's going to incorporate like my version of the Black Eyed Kids, which
Ooh. And they grew up to be the Black Eyed Peas.
oh no, it's worse than that. So you have the Black Eyed Kids, you have the Black Eyed Teenagers, you have the Black Eyed Barflies, and then you have the Men in Black. So each one is a phase of fear. Black Eyed Kids is freeze. Like, how do people describe what happens with the Black Eyed Kids? They freeze. And teenagers is, the Black Eyed Teens, they make you run, flee. Black Eyed Barflies make you fight. Men in Black make you fawn, which this is one that is most often misunderstood. It is the fear of the consequences if you don't follow what the person is saying. Because you actually have 4 phases of fear. Freeze, flight, fight, fawn.
Bug.
Yes. Well, and see, that's the thing is that Black Eyed Kids aren't the one, they're just trying to get you to open the door. See, this is something like when I'm really absolutely, fascinated with, and on the Neon Room channel, I actually did a video on comparing the Black Eyed Children to the old Unseelie Court. The Winter Fae. And there's actually a lot of similarities in the mythologies, to be perfectly honest. Which is why I did a whole video on it. But again, it's one of those things that it didn't seem to gather much attention. Not many people watched it, so I was like, okay. I don't really know what else to do, so move on.
You tried, though. It's okay.
Well, I figure it's either, my delivery, it's something I've always fought with my whole life. And I just don't care anymore. I'm just going to do what I'm going to do, and damn the torpedoes. To be perfectly
Everybody
honest.
died.
Hi, babies. I'll be right back. Yes. Oh. There she is. There she is. Look at that queen. Look at that queen. Oh, look at that.
Yippee.
Look at her. Yeah, look at you're on camera. You done? You done?
She said,
You want
why?
more? Oh no, you're actually liking this. Oh. You're taking this? Normally you want out by now. Normally you want out by now.
Don't
You
push
done?
it.
Oh, okay. Sorry, the baby wanted to be loved on.
The baby.
I could not believe that she let me pet her for so long on camera. And she even looked directly on camera. No, it's just, it's... I know I have a very different view of the world than most people. Like, I see things very differently. So, what I find absolutely interesting and fascinating, and that means that very few people do. So don't get me wrong. I mean, I know it sounds like I'm being self-deprecating. It's like, yeah, I get it. Nobody else, it didn't really catch on with anybody else. Maybe it was my delivery, which is entirely possible.
Some stuff just doesn't work, too. Just
I don't care if it works or not.
yeah, that's what I mean. Like, but it's it just might not work for the algorithm or for people, and that's just how it works.
And I think that's exactly what it is right there, is the algorithm. Think about how hard it is for anybody to get seen right now.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, look at how hard Raven has had to go just to get 50K.
Yeah.
When 5 years ago, he would be at 200K easy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, he's just as good as Joel from Let's Read. In my personal opinion, yeah, but he doesn't have the quite tone of voice. Yes, but Raven has that calming center. You know, and he's not quite as condescending as Let's Read. Sorry, I stopped reading Let's Read because some of the way he dealt with people's stories felt very condescending.
Yeah, I stopped working with him a long time ago.
I think a lot of people did. Just like with Lazy
I used to make
Masquerade.
his thumbnails for a while, and he's very hard to get a hold of, and he's not really like. It's very, he's, I don't know. I don't want to shit talk anybody.
No, I'm not trying to shit talk anybody. I'm saying my personal opinion. I'm not saying that he's a bad person or anything.
Fuck him. No, I'm kidding.
It's my feeling, my opinion of what. Wait, he got demonetized too?
That I didn't know.
I know Vidith figured it out. And I know Jay Nightmares is coming back soon, if not already being back to being monetized.
Raven Reed's quit.
Raven Reed's quit?
Yes.
Oh, that's kind of sucks.
Yeah, she's just done with all the bullshit YouTube is doing.
Honestly, I don't blame. I don't. Well, and
I
that's what a
don't
lot
blame.
of YouTube... Huh?
I don't blame.
No, I might be a little upset, but I don't blame. It's like me. It's why I kind of just put the Neon Room kind of on hold, and that's why I'm putting these conversations and the drawing up there. I'm keeping the channel active, but otherwise, I'm not really putting my heart and soul into it until after today when I started writing again. It's like, ooh, that feels better. Maybe I'll put this on Neon Room because that's where it's supposed to go.
Maybe.
You know, and it's like why I make the music. I know it's never going to go anywhere, or even if I could monetize it, I don't even think I would. Because, I write the lyrics, but it's performed by AI. You know, I'm not going to afford a band, and I just do it for me because it's music I like. You know, it's very hard for me to find music that I actually really do like. You know, and I know... One of these times, if I didn't feel like it was such a dangerous topic, I would do a video on the music industry. And maybe, make people understand that go with independence, don't go with labels. Musicians, because all you're doing is just feeding a machine. You're not feeding the musician.
Yeah.
And it's why I don't feel bad about making my music... because, a lot of people give me shit over that. It's like, oh, you're taking from artists. No, I'm not. I'm not taking anything from an artist. Because those artists barely make anything anyway. It's why I don't use Spotify. At least YouTube, does a responsible payout. As crappy as it is, you at least can track the payout. Spotify? No. Oh, that's cool. Texarkana now has a trolley service. Bring back trolleys, man. Bring back the old street cars. Let people move around freely. What?
Want anything from the trolley?
You made me think of...
Take the lot.
You made me think of Monty Python. Are you familiar with Monty Python?
Yes.
Do you know the Dead Parrot sketch?
No. I was more thinking of the movies.
Okay. Well, they did this sketch called the Dead Parrot sketch. The sketch itself is actually rather hilarious. But the point I'm trying to make is that, so Grecian archaeologists dug up a scroll, translated it, and it was basically the Grecian equivalent of the Dead Parrot sketch. Like, humor hasn't changed in 2,000 years.
Oh, yeah.
True, Green Jeans, true. And it was just funny because it was really hard to translate. But once they did, it was basically about a slave who didn't do anything. And it was basically the whole same sketch of, I mean, yes, it's terrible that it was about a slave, but it's basically the same joke. Well, that's because it's dead. Oh, no, he's not. He's just sleeping. He hasn't moved in 3 days.
He's really tuckered out.
Right. Like, I mean, that's literally the whole, like, dead parrot joke. And it's diabetes. I don't know. It's just funny to sit there and see what the humanity really hasn't changed. You know, as much as people might think that, you know, as bad as everything is now, you know, it's like, oh my God, it's so bad, we'll never recover. It's like bullshit. See, that's the thing that I think more people need to realize is that this has all happened before, and it will all happen again.
We're all gonna die!
And then we'll all get back up.
We're gonna die!
But then we get back up.
No, but die.
If you want to focus on the death, that's your fault.
No.
Like, I mean, the data centers, like everybody's freaking out about data centers right now, right?
Are they?
Well, a lot of people are. Simple fact is that the amount of data centers proposed to be built and that they're building are way more than we'll ever need. I mean, when you're talking about 10 gigawatts, I mean, in 1985, 1.1 gigawatts was enough to travel in time.
1.21 gigawatts.
Right? 1.21 gigawatts. Mommy, it's your kids. Anyway, but that, I mean, that is what right? That is what I'm referencing is just the fact that, you know, 1.21 gigawatts was an unthinkable amount of power. It was nuclear. And now they're proposing, you know, data centers that are going to take 10 gigawatts of power. You know, 10 times the amount. And that's, I mean, the one is going to take, what is it, twice what Utah State, whole state takes? They're building one for? Like, sure, let him build it. He's just wasting his money because it's never going to do anything. That's one thing that a lot of these people don't understand is that within 5 years of them being built, they'll be dead. Not the people, the data centers. Because there's not going to be enough power. They're not going to have a consistent enough power. They just can't. Unless there's a completely different insidious tinfoil hat reason for them to build them. You know, like some of these people are like, oh, they're prisons. Oh, they're this. It's like, honestly, I just think they're trying to drive people to the cities. Because by buying up all this land, they want to drive people into cities where they can control the people, where it's easier to control them and control their movements. Right, 80 years from now we may need it, or even in 20. You know, maybe we'll figure out how to use quantum, you know, data centers. And these will absolutely be necessary for the good of all mankind. But the other thing I think a lot of people aren't paying attention to is that the majority of the money that's backing these data centers is between 70 and 80 years old. What's going to happen in the next 5 to 10 years when most of those guys are gone? Do you think they're still going to be building that? You know, their heirs are still going to be spending that money? No. You know, I mean, how old is, you know, the Larry Ellison, is it Larry or David? Whichever one runs Oracle.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I have no idea either. But I mean, it's just like with Trump, you know, he's 80 some odd years old. You know,
Fucker's old.
Well, it'll be a miracle. I mean, and I'm not talking about assassination attempts. I'm just talking about his diet and exercise routine. It'll be amazing if he survives his presidency.
He drinks like 13 Diet Cokes a day.
That's more than me, and that's saying something. Well, that's more than I used to.
Like, he drinks more Coke than he does water.
I drink about equal. Coffee to water. Actually, I'll probably drink a little bit more water.
He drinks Coke and just, like, eats McDonald's. Like,
I want to know the drugs they're using to prop him up.
I think he's just being. I think they just have a print button. He already died.
It's Subnautica. He just wakes up every morning alive.
Yeah, I think he's getting reprinted.
We're on Trump 17.
That's why he's always looking so much more disheveled, because it's just like, dude, how many times can you print? It's like he's being Mickey 17. He's just like, I can't do this shit anymore.
That was the joke I made. Trump 17. Oh,
I can't do this anymore.
Kid bone marrow. Oh my god. There's actually words I can't say to explain what probably is propping him up. Like, it's literally forbidden on YouTube. You cannot say the word. It has Chrome at the end, though. And as hard as they have worked for people to ignore it and to make it sound crazy, the science behind it is absolutely frightening. And basically, it's a drug derived from tortured people's blood. Do you know what I'm talking about?
It reminds me of what they did in Maze Runner,
Kinda.
where they pushed
Have a good night, Green
the kids to their limits, and then they would extract their tears or DNA or like something from their bodies, because it secreted it after like the adrenaline would kick in.
Exactly.
Were, like,
it is
scared and had
adrenaline
fear.
and chrome. I can't say the word properly. I wish I could, but it has been so forbidden that even the guy that invented the process for mass production of it has been basically scrubbed from the internet. I can't even say his company name because it'll have to be scrubbed. Like, it's ridiculous levels.
I have heard of this.
Yeah. But if you start looking into it, like actually looking into the science of it, it's been around since the 50s. Like, they've known about its properties since the 50s. I can only imagine what it is now. You know, and I mean, this was all MK Ultra adjacent.
Well, they're saying that it actually goes back further than that.
Like when we were actually working on it.
No, like this is ritualistic from the Dark Ages.
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it goes all the way back to human sacrifice.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the Mayans and Aztecs practiced it. The early humans, I mean, Native Americans practiced it. I mean, I already said that, but, you know, most people don't really think of Mayan and Aztec as being Native Americans. So, you know, I mean, this goes back to, you know, the very friggin' Spanish Inquisition may have been what this was all about. It's so scary to realize that this has been something that has been hidden in plain sight, just like Jepstein.
Jepstein.
Well, I don't want to say. I mean, again, I don't know how censored I have to be, and I just
say Anthony Bourdain. They look the same.
No, Palm Beach Pete. That poor bastard. Although apparently even he actually went to some of the dude's parties. So,
did he parties?
Dude, the files are so ridiculous. It is so ridiculous how interweaved it is into everything.
How did Anthony Bourdain make all those files?
Might be why, you know, he drank himself. Because even Anthony Bourdain apparently was attached to it. Or to Weinstein or something like that.
I think Anthony Bourdain is him. He is.
They do look a lot alike.
They look very similar. Like,
although, actually, what scares me more is the Zorro Ranch.
huh?
Okay, so The file guy owned a New Mexico ranch.
File guy. Bill
And-
Gates.
No, Jeffrey Epstein owned. Yes, I
It's like
said
saying Voldemort.
Yeah, I was telling you guys about that a few streams ago. So basically, apparently he used to have like this whole genetics ritual / baby factory in the basement of this Zorro ranch in New Mexico. And the feds have absolutely refused to investigate it. They even found a body dump within a helicopter flight away from it, and Zorro Ranch has its own helicopter landing pad. Like it was a cross between a server farm, a baby factory, and DNA splicing. Like there was this whole thing underneath that we actually kind of saw pictures of in the files. And if you know what you're looking at, it's really scary. So basically, think about it. If you started in the 80s with genetic modification, which was just shortly after we really understood the genome, the speed at which the genome was mapped, which beat all records. Like, I mean, I cannot explain to you that we were supposed to be just now finishing mapping the human genome. Instead, it was like within a few years. We shouldn't have had the power to do it. Well, if you look at some of these, it kind of goes back to what I was talking about earlier tonight, is how similar all of these people are starting to look. It is literally the biggest fear of if we ever figured out how to genetically edit our offspring, that they would all start to look the same. Like, I mean, please wear a double thick tinfoil hat. This is just a theory, but you look at it.
This is an episode of the Y-Files. Do you watch the Y-Files?
No.
Oh, great channel. You would like it.
I know I would. I have not watched it yet. I keep meaning to.
Oh, God, it's so good.
Stupid ads. It's about time to shut it down.
Stupid ass.
It's midnight.
Stupid fuck. Make me look bad.
But, yeah, I mean, if you look into it, there's a lot of scary things happening around the files, and it would explain why the world is basically imploded, and now they're looking for... Well, I mean, one thing, do you really think he was the head of the snake? No, he wasn't.
He just had an island.
I mean, Woody Allen predates him by almost 2 decades. And Woody Allen was a creep a long time ago. And yet he and Woody Allen were great friends. You know, you start looking at who set this guy into the places of power he was in, and things get very scary. You also look at his partner in crime, Maxwell.
Anthony Bourdain.
Her dad had a state funeral in Israel, even though he was a big newspaper mogul in Britain. Basically, one of the state heads of Israel literally said, if the world only knew your contributions. Like, literally saying that this guy was a spy. You know, and remember, Prince Andrew was tied very closely. And what was Prince Andrew the Prince of? England. What was his duties? Well, he was in intelligence, if I remember correctly, when he was in the military, as all of them have to go through a certain military service at that time period. So, I mean, you start tying all this stuff together, like in, you know, do the little string theory thing, and it starts getting very... Something more was happening. And then you look at the speed at which we got into the Iran war and why, and you realize certain things don't add up. somebody is controlling from behind the scenes. Like Trump's just a puppet. Most of your world leaders are just puppets. Somebody or something is controlling from behind the scenes. And well, we know it has to be money, so you have to look at who has the most money.
Me.
I wish.
I'm so rich.
If Pocket Lint is riches, I am so rich.
If the amount of cans of liquid death I have empty in my room makes me rich, then I am very rich.
Dude, do you have a streamer's room? Clean it up.
No. You clean it up.
I ain't your maid.
You ain't my daddy either. You can't tell me to fucking clean my room.
You're right. I can't.
Shit.
You should know better, though.
I don't.
Because that's how you get ants.
I don't got any.
Yet.
I eat them all.
I just messing with you, dude.
I eat them all.
What are you going to be? What do they call Asmon? Roach King.
Oh, God.
What are you going to be? The Ant King?
Yeah, if a king eats all of his subjects.
You eat ants?
I was just saying that. I just said I eat them all.
Oh, I missed that. Sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really probably should shut it down.
I'm tired.
Well, you go to bed. Enjoy yourself. I hope
to
everybody else
bed.
enjoyed themselves. All like 2 people left because I was sitting here babbling. Wow, I actually called it. There is only 2 viewers.
And one of them's probably me.
Probably. Hey, man. It's been fun. You all have a good night.
That was fun.
Bye-bye.
Night, everybody.
Good night, Infinite.